Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I know I normally don't wait that long to start, but genuinely this song is just good enough that I didn't want to interrupt it. So, sorry about that, but good morning, everyone. I know it's a fairly late time for me to stream, which isn't, like, super abnormal. I guess I stream relatively late somewhat, often, but I have been, for those who, like, wondering, you know, Cool Kid, why did you start so late? I have been working on a bunch of stuff for a couple of videos, and a big part of that is that I decided to finally bite the bullet and purchase a new microphone, because mine has been giving me so many problems since Logitech bought out Blue, the company that made it, and has just made my microphone way worse over time. So I wanted to make sure that for certain edits and stuff I want to make to, like, existing videos, I made sure to go back and, like, do all that now, because I'm going to be getting a different microphone and the quality is going to be much different. So I wanted to make sure that I had knocked all that out already. I also want to say that, like, if I sound different, I have been tweaking the settings on my existing mic, just in order to, like, make those videos work. So, like, I'm still using my old microphone, but if I sound weird, let me know, because I have been messing with the gain a lot. So that, because whenever I stream versus whenever I record a video, my gain is normally different, because if it's too high, it sounds really fucking bad. This microphone has a lot of problems with, like, topping out really easily and stuff, too, so I'm hoping that the Quadcast 2 can help with that, because that's the one that Sab uses, and it seems like he's had good results with it. So, speaking of making videos and things like that, the Exalted Weapon video for Iron Staff will be coming out later today. I spent a decent, I spent pretty much all of Tuesday working on it, and then I guess now it would be yesterday because it's 2 in the fucking morning, but I made some major edits to it yesterday, and then it'll be going up later today. And then I also had to do, I've talked about this before, but I have planned with the Exalted Weapon series that in order to out for an hour or so. Sorry, sir. Sorry, but with the Exalted Weapon series, I've mentioned this before, but I want to do something where I go back and I revamp videos based on feedback. And so I realized, like, well, if I'm going to change my microphone, all of the videos recorded on this microphone is going to cause problems. So I went ahead and recorded a bunch of edits that I wanted to make to those videos with this microphone so that I can go ahead and add them and the audio quality will be more consistent. I'm guessing that Desert Wind will probably be the first video on the new microphone. It's supposed to get here tomorrow, and I'm also going to be doing a little bit of work with, like, how do I put this? So, sorry, I know we haven't gotten to the game yet. We're just kind of talking about the things with the channel right now, but I watched a video by Suckmutt that made me really insecure about my audio quality, because there was a point where he had to edit his own voice in, and it was completely undetectable. If he did not say it was a post-edit, then I would not have noticed. And I realized, like, this is the kind of consistency I need to wring out of my channel, because it's been a recurring battle for me that making these things consistent is difficult. So I was like, fuck it, I'll bite the bullet and buy the new mic, considering that my current one has issues with its gain changing itself over time. So, only correct way to play Wukong. I honestly think it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of stuff in it that I guess I didn't know going in, but also welcome, Rosie. Oh, that's another thing that reminds me. I don't think any channel members are here at the moment, but I'm working on a thing for channel members moving forward that I'm going to be doing, like, development commentaries of my previous videos. So if anyone is a member, or, like, that sounds like an interesting membership thing, I'm going to be doing that in the near future. I wanted to lower the price of memberships from $5 to $3, because I felt like $5 was too much, but YouTube doesn't let you edit the pricing of these things. You have to make a completely new tier, which would kick off every existing member. So I'm just going to leave it alone for now. Seeing the barrel picture again? I'm sorry. But yeah, so my plan is once, like, everything is ready for that series, I'm probably going to just go to my oldest video and then, start working my way through the catalog. So, like, I'll probably start with the iceberg and then do, like, the status tier list and stuff like that. I don't want them to just be, like, pure reaction videos, though. My plan is to watch the video first, take notes, and get things, like, organized for, like, assets I might want to show or things I might want to talk about, and then I'll record myself kind of in, like, one take, going over the video again with all the notes I had taken about, like, stuff I want to talk about and things like that. So I don't think it'll be anything crazy, but I feel like my members basically just give me $5 a month for fucking nothing. So I want to make it so that there's actually something they get out of their membership, because the members, like, has grown quite a bit, which I'm very appreciative of. I think last I looked, we're up to 37 now. And, I was like, man, all these people give me money every month, and they get videos a day early, and that's basically it. So I want to make the, I want to make it better. Because, like, some people have asked, like, well, what if you publish your script for members? My scripts are incomprehensible and change constantly. Like, I am making, like, my scripts are not accurate to my videos. Like, I make so many changes as I'm recording and things like that, that, it's just, it wouldn't work out, trust me. It would... They wouldn't be helpful. Let me go ahead and correct my audio thing real quick. So we'll now actually get into the game. Infection is a banger, but we're going to go ahead and leave it for now. So today's live reaction, I hate to say this, I cannot pronounce the name of the person in the Discord that submitted this. Thank you for the D&D check. I'll go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and, you know, show your message on screen for... We'll share with the class, as it were. But... write scripts for his videos? Yes, shockingly. Anytime I record off-script, dude, it's so noticeable. Like, I know most people wouldn't notice this more likely than not, but, like, it's noticeable to me. My intonation, when I start talking off-script, is way different. Baruch Prime next. I'm actually playing Baruch for this reason, because I was messing with him, but for the Exalted Weapon series, Desert Wind will be next. I expect it to be a very long video compared to the others. Like, Excalibur's video has already gotten, I think, 2 minutes of new content that I'm going to add to it for the Exalted Blade video, and that video is already, like, 20 minutes long. But Baruch is so complicated. There's so many weird things about him, and in a lot of ways, he kind of feels like a synthesis of all of the best parts of Excalibur and Valkyr. And I'll go into more detail as to like why I think that and what I mean in the video, but he has so many weird things about him. Like, his waves don't benefit from condition overload for some reason. He's the only exalted weapon in the entire game that scales in damage with combo counter like pseudo-exalteds do, but his waves don't contribute to the combo counter. Like, it's all just weird shit like that, and that's just all over Baruch's kit for some reason. Like, his Desert Wind has so many weird things about it. Like, did you guys know that punches from Desert Wind can deflect rockets from bombards? Like, that's the type of shit that we're on with Baruch. Just seemingly nonsensical things that happen with his abilities. And so it's like, man, I have a lot of information that I need to cover. Yes, the waves from Baruch's punch can deflect bombard rockets. It's things like that, where it's just like, how would one notice that? There is someone in my Discord who goes by Latum, who plays Baruch a lot, and they were the one that told me about that. I think it's actually in a, I think it's in a weird and obscure stuff, actually. And grenades? Yeah, that would make sense. I don't think I've specifically tested that one, but, also, yes, Baruch is canonically a child beater. This is also true, but... Oh, there's a mobile defense for the Giving Snake glyph. Why not? Might as well. We can do this. That's how we'll start. So this stream doesn't really have anything. Like, normally I've been trying to stream, well, A, at more reasonable times, but also B, I've been trying to stream after I release videos, so that whenever people, like, have questions for me and stuff like that about a video, they can catch me live to talk to me directly. But I also feel like, the thing with why I'm doing this stream now is Sab is going to be streaming because he's fundraising for medical bills for his cat, Shinji. And so he offered for me to be on, and I couldn't make it today because I was busy with other stuff up until around midnight, which is around when he ended the stream. But I did want to join him tomorrow, so I decided I might as well get my stream done now, even though I imagine it's going to be far lower in terms of viewership and things like that, because I want to be able to show up for Sabuchi's stream instead. You know, if I have the opportunity to, just to help him with, you know, fundraising for Shinji. I say help him with massive air quotes. I don't think that I'll drive any, donations, but... Also, where's the horse? Nitro is currently asleep. He has, like, a doctor's appointment tomorrow or something, so that's why he's not here. Have a great stream. Thanks for stopping by, Zert. We're just hanging out. Baruch in this low of an enemy density, I don't really feel like I can do a ton, so I'm just kind of here. Drive away the donations. Yeah, I'll encourage people to not donate. I also... So, I mentioned earlier, does anyone here in chat know who Suckmud is? The Warframe creator Suckmud? He's much smaller than me, which actually bewilders me, because I think Suckmud's content is way better than mine. But he did a video about companions recently, and I don't really watch that much Warframe YouTuber content, but I decided to go ahead and give it a watch because he talked about a couple of companions that I didn't know a lot about. And so I left a comment on his video just saying banger or something like that, and Suckmut replied, "Cool kid, please sign my Steam profile." And I'm 90% sure Suckmut was joking, but I did find it and just leave a comment on his Steam profile saying, "I'm inside your house." So maybe he'll see that. I have no idea if he's seen it yet, but I don't know. I don't know him personally. Like, when it comes to that sort of clique, okay, this is going to be a weird thing, at least to me. Maybe you guys would know about this. Maybe you won't. But so there are kind of like different like content creator cliques that you might find, right? Like, I think a pretty obvious one is like Sab and Trib knowing each other is a pretty well-known one. But there's also like Sci-Fi Freak and Suckmut and Mighty Gamble, and like those people know each other as well. The thing is, though, you guys know Nev, right? Nev is someone who is, like, he's been on Nova Umbral streams and stuff before. I don't know him personally. He's everywhere. Like, this bewilders me. It seems like everybody knows Nev. Like, Sabuchi has talked about him. He was in the description, I think, or being credited for helping with one of Suckmut's videos. Sci-Fi talked about him when I was on Top Hat Culture. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy, dude? I've never met him. But goddamn, Nev is fucking everywhere. I rebuild my Voska. I made some changes. I didn't actually realize, like, that fear sense was ever a thing that happened. Like, I guess I just never acknowledged it, that fear sense existed. He only has 2K subs. Yeah, it's weird to me, like, with how prominent he is and how much he's helped out bigger creators. Like, I know he helps Nova with a lot of his videos. It's weird how, like, little attention his channel has gotten. Is so good, though. Yeah, that's the thing. I just didn't know it existed. Like, Suckmutt's video's #1 revelation for me was the existence of Fear Sense and Mark Territory. I genuinely didn't know those mods existed. The Kavad is now the danger. Dude, is my Arcane Strike just not triggering? God, Desert Wind is so fucking slow. This is with Magnetic Rush on, for God's sake. Okay, there's Arcane Strike. It's still pretty slow, but... I mean, support, yeah. So, I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch Warframe content creators that often, personally, but... Suckmutt's channel seems cool. I've seen a few of his videos. It's difficult to fit them all. Yeah, and for me as well, I don't know about you, Blueprint, but, like, mods like Fear Sense and stuff like that are damage-focused mods, and a lot of the mods on my companions, I think, are more utility-oriented. Things like Hunter Recovery and, like, Animal Instinct, stuff like that, right? So, I like, or a lot of the time, with my companions, I don't really have room because I'm just, like, doing too much stuff that it doesn't have anything to do with them killing things. It's just a matter of I want certain effects. Borderline unusable without Strike, yeah. I feel like originally I had Strike, Magnetic Rush, and Quickening, but I dropped, Quickening for Galvanized Reflex. Animal Instinct in 2024. It's just one of those things I'm used to, right? I'm so used to seeing the loot radar and stuff on my map, like, in the radius that it is, that I just use it because it's what I'm used to. I don't know. I think it's a helpful effect. Laugh at me all you want. Shut the fuck up, Nora.
But fortune favors the bold, and there ain't none so bold as people with nothing to lose.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Also, I just want to apologize if my gameplay today is, shit. So, with the winter, my room is fucking freezing. Like, with the way my apartment is, the climate control in my room is really bad. I only have a single vent, and it's the largest bedroom, so, my room is just whatever the outside temperature is, and so my hands are really cold. It's fucking freezing in here. Do we have any interesting fissures or anything like that? We have a conjunction survival. You know, here, everyone. Today's stream is going to be... We're just gonna fuck around. I don't even know. I'm gonna grab Kome for this. I've been messing with Medjay Predacite on Kome instead of Roxakubro. I like them both a lot, so we'll give this a bit of a shake. I don't think I have Void Traces to Radiant that much, but it's not a huge deal. Giving snake sounds like a sexual expression. You know, I agree with that, actually. Specifically to buff it without a loadout, I can actually feel the fell off in my build. My loadout does have, like, the Gladiator set and stuff tied to it. Have you seen the snake floof? Chris, it's the thumbnail of the stream. But, yes, I have. Just, you know, get things going a little bit. There we go. I don't pay attention. You know, I respect that, actually. It's right there. Holy shit. We've just Uno reversed this shit back onto Chris. I can see crates on the entire map. Yeah, whenever I have been doing, like, Syndicate-related stuff, because I decided I was going to switch Syndicate halves. Dude, look at that shit. Contagious Bond moment. But, I switched my Syndicate half from Steel Meridian, Hexus, and Suda to Red Veil, New Loka, and Terran Sequence, so I could buy up all of their stuff. I just recently finished Terran Sequence and Loka, and I have now moved on to Red Veil, but I just don't want to use my melee to buff it, and that's completely fair. Like, I will say as well with that kind of thing, I don't really think that it's, like, necessary, right? Like, Desert Wind is so strong, at least in my experience, that I don't feel like I need it. I kind of just have it on there because I'm using Galvanized Reflex anyways to build combo for the, like, inbuilt combo increasing, you know, like, damage multiplier. So I decided to throw those mods on. It's not like my melee's just a stat stick. I just kind of swapped out anything I could with its respective Gladiator mod. Like, you know, Organ Shatter, I made Gladiator Might and stuff like that at the same time. I just don't really bother to maintain it, honestly. I normally just do the 3 route. Someone on the subreddit ages ago was allied with all 6. I don't even know how you pull that shit off. That blew my mind. I was like, how did you do that? Because, like, 4 I know is a thing that's possible, and as far as I'm aware, it's not super difficult, so much as it's just kind of touchy, but all 6, like, what the hell? But yeah, for Loka and Perrin, when I was doing them, I actually did spend quite a bit of time doing their Syndicate missions and hunting down their medallions, because for those who don't know, Syndicate medallions don't count towards your daily cap, so they are incredibly valuable because they can give you a ton of extra standing every day if you get them from your missions. The problem is just that I find, like, hunting Syndicate medallions really boring. Is Reactive Storm still a mess on Desert Wind? Yes. So Reactive Storm actually got massively nerfed in Jade Shadows. To elaborate on what I mean. Reactive Storm, how it used to work back when the health, like, type system was in the game, was it would use whatever was the strongest matchup against that health type. So, like, Grineer had the, like, Ferrite Armor health type, and Ferrite Armor was primarily Corrosive, was the #1 strong thing against it, so it would adapt to Corrosive. When they changed the system, it now goes based on the faction, per faction, right? So they changed the system so there's no longer health types, it's based on the faction of the enemy. That's totally fine. The problem is, Warframe has this inbuilt system where if 2 elements are ever competing, it will pick them based on a predefined order. The problem with this is physical elements, or physical damage types, come before elements. So now, when you're fighting the Grineer, instead of picking corrosive damage for its adaptation, it picks impact damage, which was a massive nerf. This also means that it now picks puncture damage instead of magnetic against the Corpus, and I believe it picks slash instead of gas against the Infested. I don't think they're weak to gas anymore anyways, but this was, like, legitimately a massive nerf to Reactive Storm, and I really hope that they go back and change it at some point, because, like, if you want my opinion, take Reactive Storm, just remove its ability to, remove physical effects from the equation, and I think it would be fine. But, yeah, massive nerf to Reactive Storm when they made that change. Of entertainment. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoy the garbage I make on the internet. I don't know. I'm sad about Reactive Storm. It's a great augment still, but if Mela gives 5k, yeah, it is a lot. Like, hunting for medallions, I personally find the gameplay of it boring, but so do you want to build Proof without Reactive? No, I still think Reactive Storm is very worth using because the status chance increase is so big that it's still totally worth using. But, like, my old strategy would be that I didn't have to run debuff elements on the weapon itself, right? Like, if I wanted to, you know, like, armor strip with corrosive, I didn't need to mod for that, and that was a big part of why Reactive Storm was so good. Now, though, you do need to mod for it. Like, I use Nourish to offload Viral on my main Baruch setup, and I have Heat, Corrosive, and Magnetic all modded onto it because I have to do that now, and it just kind of sucks. I'm sad they never changed it after release, and I hope that at some point it gets a reevaluation. So I'm happy. I mean, that's... Oh, Jesus Christ. That's true, but I feel like just the... Like, Reactive Storm was an augment that made so much intuitive sense in terms of its strength. Now it doesn't really. Like, sure, I guess I can get Mercy kills faster on the Grineer, and I can reduce Corpus damage, but... I don't know. I just don't really like the way that they changed it. Least favorite Acolyte, it's easily Violence. Violence will just show up and turn off your ability to play the game. I hate him so much. Shock Trooper seems to be the way now. I can see Shock Trooper being very good for it, too. What are your thoughts on Kome? Been hitting Mania. The fact that he lifts you when he melees you, and he also redirects bullets, so you have to engage him in close combat or use AoE, is really annoying. For someone who asked how I feel about Kome, I'll summarize my thoughts like this. Kome is really strong in the niche where she works, but outside of her niche, she functionally does not exist. Like, whenever I do an endless mission, I play Kome now, purely because she adds an extra layer of engagement, right? The challenges and the reward of what I get from them is a lot of fun to me. And I think that it's very valuable that, you know, the game can actually engage me, because this stuff normally is super boring. Like, I don't like doing endless missions for prolonged periods of time. It's why I don't have that many level caps and stuff like that. I lose engagement. And Kome adds a layer that's a lot more fun, because there's the element of, like, what am I gonna get? The thing with Kome, though, is that I wish that she was more usable outside of her current niche, because it feels like if you're not in an endless mission, you shouldn't really take her, because you're not going to get more than a couple of decrees before the mission's over, and odds are they will have no synergy with each other. Pablo also talked about this on Twitter. I was reading through his Twitter replies, because I needed one of his tweets for something in the Iron Staff video, actually. And people were talking to him about decrees that caused problems, and people mentioned things like Envious Economy and Grim Arsenal, and I'm kind of sad they were never changed, especially Grim Arsenal. If you get that and Stormcaller just gets shut off, and that's really lame. If you want to DPS with her skills. Honestly, my main strategy for DPSing with it is just letting my dog kill a guy that I've given, you know, 13 billion status effects. I am using Impetus at the moment, though. Let you keep recasting. Yeah, so this was something interesting about that, actually. Pablo actually was asked about Sorry, I'm gonna lose my train of thought if I address too many things at once. So Pablo was asked about, like, changing the cooldowns, and the reason that he said that the cooldowns actually existed was because most of his design team urged him to cap the decrees at 5, because they were that afraid it would be overpowered. And Pablo decided his compromise was going to be that there were long cooldowns on them. I can see the rationale there, but I don't know. Like, I feel like with of your build, and this is a Mecha Kome. I'm not sure if you've noticed the, Mecha mark on enemies, but that is what I'm using. And Sickening Pulse, I can definitely see that being good. I think that Kome's abilities are good enough that I get, like, plenty of mileage out of all of them, but that's just me. I typically try to keep a Warframe's kit, like, stock if I can, personally. But yeah, it's interesting, because, like, I feel like DE in general has been great about responding to feedback about things, but I feel like with Kome and the 5 Fates, they just kind of didn't about almost anything. And I feel like a lot of the discourse around Kome, to be perfectly honest with you all, was super fucking toxic. Like, maybe it's still the case. I imagine it honestly probably is. But a lot of the discourse around Kome was really bad in terms of people, like, you know, getting pretty low with people that disagreed with them. But I feel like the fact that, like, none of the feedback was really taken into account other than the decrees, like, that, you know, steel, or, like, combo with your elements, like Searing Steel, I think it is, or whatever. Or is it Molten Metal? Whatever the heat one. I wish that more was done. Because here's the thing for me with Kome, and I talked about this on a previous stream, but I feel like I talk about the same shit on every stream, but it's whatever. So here's the thing with Kome. Kome is a Warframe who is very powerful in a very specific context. Kome is very strong in endless missions, pretty much exclusively. Outside of that, she doesn't feel great to play because she doesn't really get going. But if you spend, like, minimum an hour in an endless mission, you'll start to get really strong. And this is a true statement. This is how I kind of felt when I was watching Nova Umbral's video about Kome, honestly. What I have just told you is a true statement. Kome is very good in the specific niche, and pretty much nowhere else. the question that I feel like nobody ever really asks is, should we have a Warframe that's only really good in this kind of specific niche? And even beyond that, should we then be advertising that Warframe to new players so heavily when they're not going to be engaging in the kind of content that would actually make her worthwhile? Because I feel like the concern for me is we are taking a Warframe who, just all things considered, doesn't feel that good to play outside of this specific context, right? Outside of endless missions, she doesn't feel that good to play, and most missions are not endless missions. And then we're then turning around and giving her to new players, and new players aren't grinding endless missions, they're trying to complete the star chart. And so you give them a Warframe who's probably just not going to feel very strong to them, because she doesn't get the ability to be very strong unless they get incredibly lucky. I think that's kind of the criticism of Kome fundamentally. Why are you still around? Could you fucking die, please? Anyways, the criticism of Kome fundamentally, that I kind of feel like with the way that she was approached, is I think that it's good that she's strong in endless missions, but does she have to not be good anywhere else? Because that's kind of like how I feel about it, is like, would letting her pick her decrees be that overpowered? Why are you not turning into a ghost? Whatever. Club, and pretty much exactly why I don't like her. I'll be honest with you, I think Baruch and Nidus are much better about this. Talking to act like he's a low-tier god? Yeah, pretty much. But, like, Nidus and Baruch take a couple minutes to set up. Nidus maybe takes 10 minutes or 15 if you're using his augment. Kome takes multiple hours. Like, if you want to get every decree, it takes you minimum 6 hours on Kome. So, like, reaching her full potential is much more difficult than on other Warframes that are kind of designed with the endless mindset. And I think that, like, designing her that way and then turning around and being like, hey, new players, look, this should be your first Warframe. You know, she has a lower crafting time and all this stuff. I feel like was a really bizarre decision. Also, somewhat off topic, the Protector Ancient was the worst enemy they've added to this game in a while. Getting these kills with headshots is a tad annoying because I think I have on I have Bombastine's Malice rolling, and it's kind of punking me out of a lot of headshot kills. Part of me wants to abandon it, but I'm going to commit. Oh, I'm gonna die, actually. About to be committed to the hospital. I'm trying not to use too much of my crowd control because then my dog is gonna nuke off of it and then I won't be getting headshots. This is rough. Ninjago flashback? That's a pretty specific thing to get flashbacks to, but I respect it. Yep, my dog, as soon as he starts killing people, this is just gonna blow the fuck up. Oh, I am... Okay, I was bugged for a minute there. I couldn't cast any of my abilities. Opinion on... oh, I'm gonna be honest, Lunar, I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to. How can we make this worse? Yeah, like... I'm planning on, if we don't get any changes by the release of Echoes of 1999, I am going to be making a sequel to the Overguard video talking about how the situation is kind of developed. All I did was use my weapons. And that's true, but I guess I don't know when you started Lax Creativity, but they recently added an aura called Dreamer's Bond that gives you passive energy and health regen. So you probably still won't be using your abilities that often, but it will encourage you to use, or it will make them more accessible to you. And I've noticed that too. Like, a lot of my friends that got into the game, for a long time, but they just completely ignored their character's kit. Because, like, the game's overwhelming enough, they couldn't get their head around it. Their goal was just to kill things. Like, for a lot of my friends that I've watched play this game at least, like, oh my god, this shit with the Protector drives me insane. But a lot of them, like, using their abilities was a secondary thing after they had, you know, gotten a handle on the gunplay, which usually took them quite a while. Why can't I use my 4? Thank you. With 1999. The strings start to despawn. Nope, that's still a thing. And according to Pablo on Twitter, it's intentional. I'm just gonna shoot them. Meet a cool kid. Look, Rosie, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes that's just what has to happen, right? Especially when I... when I sat there and watched you fight Lephantis for 30 minutes because I refused to intervene. the fact that I'm not using my crowd control much, why? Jesus Christ, my abilities are not cooperating with me much. This challenge is taking an eternity, because if I crowd control enemies, it's harder to headshot them, and I'm just losing kills to Bombastein's Malice. Doesn't help that I have on green shards for toxin damage. Well, I think I have... I think I had a bunch of extras that I just threw on her. Love how they turned out. I actually do quite like both the ARG and the comic for the characterization of the proto-frames. I think they're both really cool. Yep, I just realized that, yeah, a nullifier was right there. Yeah, my 4 is randomly just not working. It's not on cooldown, the fuck? We'll just wait for Angst to die to, yeah, whatever DOT is shipping away at her health at the moment. Need to show you what I was talking about. I'll probably be live for a bit. I don't really...
Don't worry.
Sorry, I just realized he got some of his overguard back and I kind of died inside. I don't know for sure how long I'll be on, or up for, but...
The queens have sought out Warframes before. Vor sought to present them
Dip into Chaos for this reason last time. Yeah, and I will say this. I didn't try to frame it in terms of, like, specific people, but there... I think I talk about this in the Overguard video as well, but... it's on a short cooldown. This is true, but if you look, I'm mashing it at times where it's not on cooldown and it's still just not working. But I just had a little bit about, like, toxicity at the end of that video and how it causes problems. People did not give a shit about that, and plenty of people still got pretty toxic. I feel like the video, there are some parts that are a bit hyperbolic, and I do regret that. Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? This is the worst thing ever. Yeah, so for those who don't know, if a Thrax gets corrupted, their ghost can get Overguard. Why does he have so much? I genuinely don't feel like I can kill this guy. Difficulty? Yeah, this is welcome to the difficulty tweak. I think I just actually have to let him respawn so that I can kill him again, because his ghost has too much fucking Overguard. There's also a... Where did he go? Okay, what is going on with this fucking Legatus? Could you fucking die sometime this year? Holy shit. I despise these ancients, dude. But, like, some people like to assume the worst. That's true. And I'll admit, like, the toxicity bit was kind of to try and curb that, but I have to come to accept that, like, no matter what, some people will do that regardless. And I have a bit that I'm planning for, at least if I make a sequel, where I want to talk about one of the parts of the discourse that I found particularly toxic. And that isn't, like, just the dev bashing thing, because that was the main reason I included that, like, toxicity section, was that I felt like dev bashing went way too far. But I also feel like with, one of the things that a lot of people said was basically just that, like, I had a skill issue or I was bad at the game. And the reason that like, sort of grinds my gears is, look, I'm not amazing at this game. I won't deny that, but that's not engaging with my argument, right? Like, my argument was never that it makes the game too hard. That's not really the point. The point that I was making with that video was that, yep, see, I couldn't use it there for some reason. Anyways, the point that I was trying to make with that video was that a playstyle was going extinct. That was the point I was trying to make, was that that playstyle was going extinct. It wasn't that the game was too hard, it was that I felt like there were certain Warframes that it was getting harder and harder to play because their kits weren't working in a lot of content, and that was my problem. And a lot of people were just like, well, you're just bad at the game. And it's just like, that's not engaging with my argument. If you are fine with the damage meta and you prefer to abuse damage, that's totally fine, and you're totally entitled to that opinion. But that doesn't mean the problem doesn't exist. A lot of people were also like, just use damage frames. And my issue with that is twofold. One, with things like EDA, I fucking can't. It's not my choice anymore. But beyond that even, with, like, what if I don't want to? Like, there's a bunch of frames in the game that aren't damaged focus. Look at Kome. She came out and was actually a fairly crowd control focused frame, which surprised me. I didn't expect them to release a crowd control focused frame, which makes it all the more shocking that, you know, 2 months later, 2.5 months later, they dropped the fucking Protector Ancient. Along with the Void Rig thing, one can only hope. People love overreacting now and I hate it. I completely agree. Like, I will say, this is just entirely my opinion, and you're totally welcome to disagree with this. And I'm not trying to, there is no variety, but I do feel like Warframes got stale for a while to me. I kind of touch on this in the Overguard video, but Daggett, Colorvo, and Corvex all felt kind of samey to me in terms of their fundamental objective of killing enemies in front of them. And Dante was also kind of in that boat as well. Jade shook it up by being kill everything in a circle, but I still felt like overall, it was still like every frame we were getting felt like damage with some other tack on. And for me, Kome and Cyto 9 have done a great job of shaking that up. Cyto 9 is still a damage frame, that's true, but he offers so much utility that's really interesting. And he's not like some crazy nuke frame. His sniper kills 5 enemies at a time at most, but he's still really good and really fun. 52 frames now? I believe we're up to 59? 60 if you count the Stalker. Used to interact with armor. He used to be better because of that, as far as I'm aware, because radiation used to be stronger against armor on anything with everything. That's true, but that's just kind of, I guess, how games like this end up over time, honestly. You like playing a Loki, Vara, and... Yeah, and here's the weird thing with that, too, right? With what you're saying there, Blueprint, those Warframes do different jobs. People compare Warframes because of superficial similarities all the time, and it drives me fucking crazy. Like, people who've been playing the game for as long as me might remember this. Do you guys remember when Nidus came out, and people kept talking about who was better, Inaros or Nidus? When they don't do the same thing, they both just had the very superficial similarity of having no shields. Like, this kind of stuff pisses me off, I'm gonna be honest. Because the Warframe community does love to compare these really superficial things. Like, Ivara and Cyto 9 are completely different Warframes. Ivara is a lot more stealth-focused. Cyto 9 has an invisibility ability, but it's not like that's the entire point of him, right? Loki is more crowd control-focused. There are differences between them beyond these superficial similarities. And I feel like it's really irritating how often people just decide to not care about that. And the Vacor Murloc, dude, I forgot about that one. That's another one that was a really big thing back in the day, was Vacor Murloc and Lex Prime. Why I don't just play Sight. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Mrs. Robinson, if you're playing around Valence Formation, it's because Lavos is better. Look, I'm just going to give you all this point blank. When we're talking elemental infusion gimmicks, Valence Formation is better, no fucking contest, and that's totally fine. Like, Valence Formation applies a huge damage bonus, much bigger than what Sight can get without investing in a ton of strength. It affects all of his weapons. It does not only apply for one magazine. It's way better on Lavos, for Lavos specifically. But that's the thing. Cyto 9 and Lavos are different Warframes. And Cyto 9 has access to tools Lavos doesn't have access to. That's how the game works. I love Resupply, and Cyto 9 has quickly become one of my favorite Warframes, but people who say that Cyto 9 is the cooler Lavos because of his elemental gimmick, I feel like just clearly haven't played Lavos with Valence Formation. Valence Formation's better. Region of themselves. I agree with that, Snorpus. The fact that, like, I feel like they took everything that made the Ancient Healer previously weak and just buffed it through the ceiling. They give themselves a shit ton of Overguard, they give enemies nearby them a shit ton of Overguard regen. They are just, like, look at this. The amount of Overguard this guy has is obnoxious as shit. Don't know anything. And I'll say this, I actually agree with that. So, people who have watched my channel for a while know about this, but... Okay. We're gonna have a little bit of a, since Ash and Loki back in the day, that's true. Your dog vaporized that Acolyte? Yeah, because, the Medjay Predicite is broken as shit. Beauty of Punch Through and Wall Hacks. He's a lot more about Yeah, Cyto 9's a character who's a lot more about tactics. That's kind of what I feel like his theme is. He can adapt his ammo to different situations. He can fight enemies through walls. He can become invisible to, you know, position himself more freely. He's a character who's built around tactics and aiming. Those are the two things that you have to do with him. Go cry about out into your Swift Bite. I'm gonna be honest with you, Blueprint. I actually agree with you on that. People who don't like it, like, that's totally fine. You're entitled to that opinion. But people who act like the cooldowns on Lavos are an objective flaw with him, I think is just weird. Like, you don't have to like them, and that's totally fine. But I personally think that the cooldowns on Lavos actually make it more fun. It makes me have to think about my gameplay more, and I enjoy that a lot. I could see the argument to maybe, like, knock 2 seconds off of his 1 or something, but I don't think he needs some massive cooldown reduction. In some sense of it. I honestly think that of all the abilities that, like, Cyto 9 could have given up, the only one that he could have given up otherwise was probably Seek? I don't know. With a bunch of maggots growing on him. Is that the fucking Earth Kubro one? With limited playstyle or options? Yeah, like, for me with Lavos, I feel like there's, like, mechanism, I guess, that I have to think about, like, what elements am I going to imbue, what order am I going to cast my abilities in, stuff like that. That's really fun. A lot of it really is Lavos' goal is to set up for his 4. That's kind of the thing that I think sets him apart, is that his goal is to set up for his 4, which you can use primers and stuff for, too. But that's kind of, I feel like, how his kit operates, is setting up for his 4, reducing cooldown, reducing his 4's cooldown, stacking elements, stuff like that. And that's part of why I find him fun. And he's been one of my favorite Warframes since, since his release. Just a mild annoyance. I think the main part of that is they want you to have to, like, really play around using the 3 to get it off cooldown faster, which is part of why Swift Bite is so valuable, because Swift Bite can also reduce the cooldown of the 3. You are playing a shooter game, shoot the enemy. Not even just that, Blueprint, but in Brave Spirit, all kills guarantee a health orb drop. Like, on my Daggett, I put on Equilibrium because I think it's fun to deliberately die to give myself energy. I know that probably sounds weird, but I think it adds a fun layer of gameplay to be like, wow, I need energy, and then let myself die so my 3 triggers. Probably get gut using blind range on him. Yeah, all that they currently do is they affect the, you probably know this. Why did I pick this one? I just got a, whatever. They affect the rate at which he reduces cooldown on his 3, but that's it. I think Swift Bite's affected by it too, actually. But yeah, I get what you mean. I don't know. Maybe with Lavos Prime they'll buff him, but one of my favorite combos. Honestly, I could see that being a lot of fun. I've always just used Brief Respite and Arcane Aegis. That's been my survivability strategy, but this guy got corrupted, so he's probably going to get a fuck zillion over... Fucking Torment moments. Also, when they reworked Hydroid, they gave Torment the ability to cleanse status effects with fucking the dash, and it's so aimed. When you intentionally commit unalive. I don't know if it'll put you in ghost mode if that happens. Because of that. Citrine's a lot of fun, too. If you sub on him. Yeah, I think it's actually in one of the weird and obscure stuffs. It's also a fun strategy for Lavos. But yeah, Citrine was actually my most played Warframe the year she came out. Like, so much so, Stephalos was my most used primary, purely because it's on my Citrine loadout. Gotta go. Thanks for stopping by, Dinosaur. Kind of ashamed to think about it. Sevagoth did get buffed with his prime. The big one being that they made it so he could recast his 2 without all the enemies under the effect of it dying. Sevagoth did get a few minor but significant buffs. That was the main one. And I think his augment had just come out. The real buff to Sevagoth was Dark Propagation. Let's be real here. Is a crutch for bad Lavos players. I think it's an augment that has its place, but it absolutely can be used as a crutch. I personally do like using it because it allows me to, like, juggle my cooldowns more, but that wasn't base kit. For the longest time, no. He wasn't able to recast his 2 until all enemies affected by it died. It was awful. but they changed that when his Prime came out. I hope that they make a few, like, if they make any adjustments to Lavos, I guess we'll have to see. I don't think he needs them, but I guess we'll see what happens. Because, like, there were some Warframes I was convinced they would do something with the Prime and they didn't. Like, Garuda got a full-on rework right before her Prime. Hildryn got fucking nothing. They didn't buff her until years later when they overhauled her 4 and gave her Aegis Gale. Which, to be fair, Aegis Gale is one of my favorite augments in the entire game. But... Amanada moment. Ureli Prime next, I beg. I'm gonna be honest, I really hope not. Lavos would be... I don't want them to pass him up again. Ureli is already, like, slated for spring. I don't think she needs to get pulled in early. Hope they fix that or have fixed that. I'm not actually familiar with that. Is it, like, hard to jump out of it? When is third part of Exalted Weapon vid? If you mean the Iron Staff video, that's actually coming out later today. I finished it just a little bit ago. I meant after Lavos? Oh, I thought you meant as in, like, next, and I was like, please, God, don't skip him again. After Lavos? Yeah, I agree with that. She's supposed to be next, ideally. One, two, three, four at the same time. Oh, by the way, funny thing on Kome, if your dog kills things with Contagious Bond while you have the kill enemies while airborne challenge, it won't give you progress because your dog is not airborne. I don't know why this happens, but it is incredibly annoying. Why is he invincible? Like, from what I've noticed with this strategy on Kome, 30 to 25, I could see that. But this is one of those things that, like, as I've played Kome a lot since her release, the number one thing that annoys me is this. My dog makes this challenge awful to complete. Bro is not Airbud, unironically. I touched the ground right as I let that go. Absolute travesty. Okay, hold on. There's a guy that's got a mecha mark there. I think if I kill him, I'm good. If the dog kills him, it's Jover. Okay, that was decent. Tell the dog to go to sleep. Yeah, I feel like, go lay down. Go lay down, Medjay Predacite. You're causing problems. You're scaring the hose, Medjay Predacite. Okay. Oh, my dog fucking died. All right, now's our chance. Now's our chance. Bro was euthanized. PETA got their hands on my dog. This is my opportunity. This is my opportunity. We'll finally have an augment or not. Yeah, I think he's slated to come out in the summer, I think.
This place holds many more secrets.
Is so ass Lavos biased. You know, I respect that. Did it get a buff or something? Medjay Predacite has been very good since Companions 2.0.
These manifestations, they aren't from the neural surgery.
The moment we got motorcycles, I guess. You know, I can see that.
Life support.
I don't want Misery to be alive because he could revive the other Acolytes, which he's doing right now. Okay. I shouldn't have said anything, and these guys got corrupted, so now they are eligible to receive Overguard. Yeah, that was my fear with Shadow. Yep, he spawned 2 Shadows of Violence! Oh my god. Oh, the amount of cancer that's happening on my screen right now is bringing me immense physical pain, dude. The Shadow of Violence is now corrupted and is now also eligible for Overguard. I am mad. I am mad. What decree did I even get there, dude? What decree did I even get? I was too busy, like, raging at that situation. Difficulty, true. Real and true. Fifth shot heat blast? Okay. Infinite jump with Reeboks because of... Huh, I haven't seen that. That sounds kind of funny. Oh dear. Awubis is down once more. I don't know if I have anything that makes rezzing him faster, because I'm stupid, so... We'll just clear some stuff out.
That's it. You opened the relic.
Would be so based. Solo Relic suboptimal? Yeah, but I also just find it more fun to play solo a lot of the time. you will automatically summon them no matter what. Really? I remember for the longest time it was skippable. I wonder if they made a change or something. Because I remember for the longest time, like up until somewhat recently, I could always, I could consistently kill him before he did it. Try Higasa with Acuity. I did actually mess with Higasa and Acuity, and I'm sticking with multi-shot for now. Playing solo's a problem, you know, fair enough. Never been able to do that. That's so strange. I wonder if it's because I had gotten so used to, like, insta-killing him. Because a lot of Warframes that I play can kill him basically instantly. So maybe it's just that. Been like this for a long while. Whack. Was bummed for the, like, lap until I missed it. Yeah, honestly, I love the Dragon Sentinel skin. And then the Acolytes. I knew about the fact that he spawned the infested dudes first, but I didn't realize that he was, like, had a set trigger at a certain level of his health. Good outside of EDA. Have you seen the edit for Soul Survivor that someone posted where it's, like, use on a downed ally to instantly kill them? Dude, that shit would be so funny. Also, someone mentioned a thing about, like, an augment that allows Caliban to give Tau status to his weapons. I think that would be really cool. Because of reading chat. My gameplay on streams looks especially bad because I'm distracted. Of DE buffing Excalibur? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think so. And I hate to say that. When Excalibur got his Veilbreaker rework and they buffed his 3 and his 1, those were great changes, but they totally neglected his passive and his 4. And I think they both have things that need help. Like, I talk about Exalted Blade quite in-depth in the video that I did about it somewhat recently. I guess it was probably, like, what, a month ago now, but Exalted Blade has a lot of really weird limiting factors on it for some reason. It's got really aggressive damage fall off. The waves will fall off will have their lifetime reduced when they hit enemies, stuff like that. And his passive is just so small, it's basically meaningless. I really, really think that Excalibur's 4 should be buffed. Like, okay, I'll give my opinion on this real quick, I guess. For Excalibur, if I were to buff him, here are the two things I would do. Excalibur's passive, somewhere in there, give him a little bit of melee lifesteal, like 1 or 2%. 1 or 2% would be enough that it would be very good at high level and not broken at low level. So I think that I should just give him a little bit of lifesteal. I'd like to see them buff, like, the attack speed amount to, like, say, 30%, maybe the damage to, like, 50%, but at least give him a little bit of lifesteal. And then for Exalted Blade, my suggestions to that end for that, you know, ability, remove the, I'm sorry, I'm getting juggled here. For Exalted Blade, remove the lifetime decay whenever the waves hit an enemy, remove the damage fall off entirely, and then buff its crit and status chance to 30% each. Now, that might sound like a really big buff in the crit and status department, and it is, but I'm also going to put an asterisk there with fix a long-standing bug, because for those who don't know, Chromatic Blade has been bugged and actually applies its bonus twice. So we could buff the status chance to 30% and then fix that bug. So Chromatic Blade builds would not be changed by that at all, but then non-Chromatic Blade status builds would be more viable. I'd also change the Blade status weighting to be 90% slash instead of 70. Those are the ideas that I would put forward for that. Then again, like, I don't know if DE will ever do it. Excalibur is the poster child of this game, and I genuinely think he's not in a great spot, but it seems like DE doesn't really want to do anything with him. He doesn't deserve the hate. I agree, he's not a bad Warframe. Honestly, like, his 1 and his 3 alone are great abilities, but I do wish they would touch up the parts of him that aren't as good, especially with how iconic Exalted Blade is. Because, I don't know, the fact that it's still 15% either way just really sucks. I love Exalted Blade. My Excalibur build revolves around using it, because I think it's fun. They both got corrupted, didn't they? Okay, this one didn't. How about you? Okay, we're good. Thank God. I killed them fast enough, I did not get cucked. He doesn't have Overguard Gain or Life Strike. Overguard Gain I don't think Excalibur needs. My idea with Lifesteal is that I think it would promote his playstyle of being aggressive. Like, I feel like a big part of Excalibur is being an aggressive in-your-face melee character, and giving him melee lifesteal would play into that, like, playstyle perfectly. So that's a big part of why I'm a proponent of giving it to him. I have not been keeping up with my Omakujis that much. Can I use my 4, please? Jesus. I've been struggling to even notice, honestly, like, when they're available. when you make it crit, like with Wrathful. Yeah, that kind of stuff too. Like, when I get to the pseudo-exalted section of the series, I'm gonna struggle. It's the last part for a reason, after shield gating ends. So, Kome is an interesting Warframe in that she has a very small shield amount. So the strategy for this is you take catalyzing shields, and then you use Vigilante Vigor and Fast Deflection to give her the smallest possible cooldown when her shields break, for her shields to come back. Because her shield amount is so small, they basically all come back immediately. Her and Grundle are two Warframes that can kind of uniquely take very strong advantage because their shields are so low. But I don't like using it. Yeah, I agree. And Vauban could use them. Yeah, I think Valkyr I could see getting a retouch, but I guess it kind of depends on how they want to go with it. I think that like Valkyr, Limbo, and Equinox and Oberon I all think do deserve it. Personally, I don't think Vauban needs any changes. I think he just suffers from the fact that he's a crowd control character in the modern game. I guess that maybe they could buff the armor strip on his 4, but I feel like most of what Vauban could use is like numerical buffs, personally. I think Vauban, honestly, is already pretty underrated. I actually, when I did the fragmented one with him for the glyph, it was actually surprisingly easy. But if you're close enough, say 20 meters, maybe overhealing could grant Overguard. I said, my concern with giving Excalibur Overguard is, to be perfectly honest with you all, Overguard is a pretty overpowered mechanic. And I think that making a Warframe better by just giving them Overguard is kind of lame, I guess? I don't know. Like, I feel like the Warframe should kind of be balanced around the existence of it. Because, like, look at Styanax. They gave him Overguard, and that alone made him one of the best characters in the entire game. Useful for more than bullying. I will say I have high hopes for the reworks this year. I don't expect us to get any in Echoes of 1999, but I guess we'll see. But also does have infinite energy. That's true, but when he was released, his main linchpin was that he died really easily. And I think that, like, that augment fixed his only problem. Needs a reworked one with some to his 4. And yet Nightmare Frame put him in D tier? That's fucked up. Also, yeah, I think Chroma is also a character that's eligible for a full-on rework. I think he deserves one. He's not even necessarily bad. I do just think that he kind of, is just kind of the same with, like, Equinox. Are they straight up unusably bad? No, but they're kind of outdated. Like, a lot of their sauce has kind of been power crept by other Warframes. To have Teshin's grapple feel, I completely agree. That would make it way better, and way more fun. To be put together. Yeah, the reason for that argument is that his 2 and his 3 have the same cooldown. Why can't I use my fucking 4? It's not on cooldown, game. Just gotta mash that shit until it cooperates with me. Could need one. I do think Atlas is another Warframe that deserves a retouch. Mainly, his 2 and his 4 aren't great. I think, and honestly, I wish that Rubble would pause the timer if you healed off of it. Healing off of Rubble not pausing the decay is so fucking annoying. It makes it feel like you're being punished for picking up Rubble. Until it's time to end the stream. I'm not really sure. I don't have any particular goals for the stream, so we're just kind of hanging out. We're seeing what I get with the gambling, right? That's kind of how it's going. That would kill the one use he really has. Well, cost more community uproar. I feel like if they were going to change it, they'd probably find a way to work it into his kit, like, otherwise. I think they'd probably go the Smita route, kind of, in that regard. That they would give it to him in a way that's more intuitive. Dude, the fucking item pickups there went up to my crosshair, Jesus. The least played frame? I don't remember, honestly. Oh, wait, that reminds me. B, are you still here? B Ghost, I should probably say your whole handle. Because you were the one that posted the thing in the Discord about the page on the Warframe website about what each role Warframes have, right? We could talk about that, actually. That could be really fun. I saw that you posted that a long time ago, and I completely forgot to talk about it. So I don't even know if B Ghost is still here, but if they're not, I'll save it for another time, because I want to do it when they're here because they suggested it. If memory serves, at least, they suggested it. How can I get color vote a level cap? I'll be honest, I'm not the person to ask about level caps because I don't really do them. Try to catch Nova Umbral when he's streaming. He could probably be more helpful in that regard. Full auto melee change? Yeah, fucking nightmare. Exalted Companion? That already exists in Venari. Just give us harder content. I think here's the kind of the complication with the harder content thing, is that I think it's clear that VE is still learning how to make harder content. And they're not doing a great job in some of it. Like, a lot of the game's harder content these days relies on two things. It relies on overguard and randomness. And I think that, like, I would like harder content to be in the game. And there's good harder content. Like, I think the Fragmented one and the Apex tank are both great. I love those boss fights. But, like, okay, I'm gonna get told that I have a skill issue for this, and that's fine. I don't really like EDA that much from a design perspective, because I feel like it fumbles a lot of its objectives. So, like, I solo most of the EDAs. The problem for me isn't completing them. I think it's that, like, whether or not an EDA is fun or agonizing is purely up to luck. Because whether or not you get certain warframes and modifier combinations makes it harder for you than someone else, and it's totally out of your control. I genuinely think EDA with just the modifiers and not the random mechanics could have been a pretty decent difficult content. The problem for me is that the randomness just takes away, well, it takes away a lot of things, I guess. One of the big ones is that, like, finely tuned loadouts don't really work in EDA, which sucks. That's a big part of what makes Warframe fun to me. But even beyond that, the randomness kind of assumes all Warframes are equally viable, or all strategies are equally viable, and then they just fucking deploy, like, they deploy modifiers that fucking shut down certain playstyles. Because they introduce Archon's EDA and the Apex bosses. Yeah, Last Gasp, especially if you're using Matarai Unairu, is very free. I agree with you on that. Is kind of what puts EDA off for me. Like, here's... Okay, let me kind of try and, like, organize my thoughts about this. It's hard to play the game and talk about this at the same time, because it's a bit of a complex issue. I thought about doing a video on randomness as difficulty, and maybe I still will, but I expect the comments on it to be so fucking toxic that I don't really want to deal with it. But here's my thing with randomness as difficulty, is with the way it's approached, it assumes that all playstyles are equally viable, and then they also just have modifiers that shut down certain playstyles. So for example, I bring this up in the Overguard video, I had a week where I got Limbo, Loki, and Nezha. All of them are fairly crowd control reliant characters. Nezha, especially with his augment, like, he isn't super crowd control reliant, but his augment that for his 4 was recently added at that time, and it relies on being able to skewer enemies. So if I get all 3 of these crowd control characters, and then I get Bolstered Belligerence and Mirror Defense, I'm stuck in the situation where a game mode that normally is really good for my type of Warframe now doesn't interact with them almost at all. And it sucks, and it's not fun to be put in that situation, because I didn't do anything. That's not just, like, it's just the luck of the draw, but that the luck is so punishing in that scenario. Is pure cancer. Yeah, and a lot of the options that they take away, I feel like, are also fairly heavy-handed. Like, in my opinion, Transference Static, where you can't use your operator, is the worst debuff in the entire game, and I do not like it at all. It locks you out of so many things. It is so punishing compared to every other debuff. Like, I could see if they added a debuff that, like, Transference Distortion, for those who don't know, locks you out of your operator in all contexts. This means you can use no operator abilities, you can't use Last Gasp, you can't enter your Necromech, you can't use Void Sling for mobility, you can't use Void Mode to revive allies. I hate it. I hate it. It is the worst modifier in the entire game, and I will stand by that opinion. It is so incredibly suffocating when you get it. I feel like if they were to make my suggestion for Transference Distortion, make it so every single time that you enter your operator, you are forcefully given a stack of Transference Static. And maybe also make it so Last Gasp isn't usable at all if you have it as well. If you forcefully took a stack of Transference Static, then there is risk in entering your operator because you debuff yourself, and if you do it too many times, you'll kill yourself. they call Tactical Potato to carry them. I guess I haven't seen Pablo actually play it, but or something. I also agree with that. Like, we could also do, like, maybe you have a limited amount of time you can be in your operator, but all I know is drive. That sounds like it sucks. I hope you're doing okay, Space Cowboy. But yeah, I think that modifier is so heavy-handed, and I just despise it for that reason. Oh, this guy got corrupted. Well, fun's over. Sorry, everyone. He's about to get 40 billion overguard. For the duration of EDA, real. Nope, you get back here, you get back here. I was really scared he was going to get close to a Protector Ancient. For difficulty. And that's the thing, too, is they had overhauled operators in Angel of the Zeraman to make them more useful, and then just removed the mechanic from the game entirely. Like, it's the same thing for me with the gear embargo, that you can't use gear items. I get, like, I don't think that one's as punishing, but I think it's difficult that, or it's annoying that you just can't use anything. Like, if they added longer cooldowns to every gear item, I think it'd be a lot more balanced. There's also just a lot of lazy modifiers in EDA. Like, all of the mirror defense modifiers suck. Like, eroding senses, where everything passively takes damage, is complete bullshit. That one just sucks. Glyph inflation, where you have to pick up twice the glyphs, that's not that interesting. Fucking glyphs giving you a escalating heat proc when you pick them up, that one basically requires you to enter your operator. The ammo ones are supposed to, I feel like, kind of force you into playing with your melee. I don't think they're not great, but I don't find them to be as suffocating. You can still, especially if you get a battery weapon, work with them, but it is pretty contingent on luck. And that's, I guess, kind of my issue, is that there are going to be times where you just get all bad stuff and you just don't want to play because it's not fun. I have had weeks, like that week where I had Limbo, Loki, and Nezha. You want to know how I beat the mirror defense? I played a minimum range Limbo, so I would only have the fucking objective in the bubble. That's the type of shit I had to resort to. It was not fun. The Troll Glyph modifier, the one where you take heat procs, we've gotten that one before. I've played with it plenty of times. I know we still haven't gotten the fucking double boss. I'm convinced that one's not real. Would benefit EDA a lot. Yeah, I think... So here's my idea. Okay, I have two ideas when it comes to EDA, which I'll call the easy one and the complicated one. The easy one for me is make it so every day at reset, you're given a reroll. And you're allowed to reroll what gear you're allowed to use. These would stack, so you don't have to log in every day to use your reroll. They'd stack until the next weekly reset. But this would be so that if you got bad stuff, you could re-roll once a day to see if your stuff is better. This is, like I said, fairly lazy, but I think that it would be a pretty easy solution, is let people re-roll if they got stuff that's just unusably bad. What I think would be better, personally, is if you had the ability to pick, instead of it being purely random, you got different categories of things. So, like, for Warframes, you had different roles that you would get. Like, you could get a damage, a support, and, like, a crowd control or something. And you would pick from Warframes that were in those categories. The problem is, what do you do if DE puts a Warframe in a stupid category? And the subjective nature of that, I think, would make it a difficult solution to actually implement. Just spam the block key and lure all the idiots to me. Objective is fairly safe. Yeah, I actually did my last two EDAs with Necros, because Necros basically just ignores bolstered belligerents because his summons are distractions. It's very helpful. What if I only play on Mondays and Tuesdays? I guess you have no choice but to suffer. Would be awkward, yeah. Like, I think... I don't know, EDA, I can see the vision, but my biggest issue with it fundamentally is that it removes loadouts from the game functionally. And, like, so much of Warframe, to me, is the interplay between your Warframe, your weapon, and your companion. And the fact that you can't, when you look at the new page... Oh, B, you are here. Okay, I'll talk about that, actually. I asked earlier if you were here because I wanted to bring up that page. But... I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought. Why is Zaku not CC? Yeah, that's the kind of thing where, like, overlap would make that difficult. A second Railjack has hit the Unum. After the new war, like, when I was playing it, I was just like, a Mirex has hit the Unum. Turn on the TV, any channel. That's every rule they came up with. Yeah, they'd kind of have to decide, like, what Warframe fits one rule the most. I don't know. For me, the biggest issue with EDA is loadouts basically getting removed, and it boils the gameplay down a lot, I feel like. There's a lot of interesting cross-item interactions go away. Will become all-out war. That's probably the case. Like I said, I don't think it's a realistic solution. I think conceptually it could work, but in practice it probably wouldn't. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this mission real quick, so that I can talk about the Warframe paging that B just mentioned, because it's really funny and I do want to talk about it. These guys are so buffed, I don't even know if it's worth trying to kill them for the currency. Okay, we're good. Where is... Here it is. We're gonna go ahead and leave. That's the problem. Which is like it promotes equipment diversity, but I don't feel like it promotes, like, inter-loadout stuff, because a lot of the time that, like, interactions can be very specific. Let me grab this. B posted it a while back. I don't... Where did you put this, actually? I don't remember where you posted it. Probably suggestions? Let me dig. I gotta find this. I'm digging fairly far back. Shit, when did this get posted? B, do you have this on hand? Either suggestion or ask me anything. We're gonna do some digging. Oh, yep, I found it. Okay, we're good, we're good. Okay, let's talk about this. Here, we'll hang out. How do I want to do this? Because I don't often put this kind of thing on my screen. Show Sparkle Dog and Wally, please. Got a minute for my meme? Yeah, feel free to send it. You can send it to me on Discord if you are still there. I think you still are. Okay, this shit is fucking weird. How do I want to do this? Because my concern is that it's going to start streaming the wrong thing.
Operator, Ordis is sorry.
I think I have Firefox. I don't use Firefox for anything. Sorry, this is going to take me a second. I don't normally do stuff like this. Okay. How do I need to... This is a tad tricky. Once again, my apologies that you're just, looking at nothing right now. Well, nothing interesting, rather. Let me... Okay, we're gonna do... I don't know how I would pull this off without it just, like, randomly grabbing something on my desktop. Because that's very much not what I want to happen. I don't still have my old shit. How would I do this? Because I want to add it in a way that I can, like, not have it show up until I know that it's not going to show, like, my stream key or something. Because that's my main concern, is showing my stream key. In the last dev store. I don't know about the last one. I know in a previous one, too, that they were planning on knocking down several of them. Go to your dry dock and try to scrap any fully built railjack item? Huh. Incident is incoming. Yeah, it fucking feels like it. Hold on. Let me just... I wonder... Can I, like, show... Fuck, this is so annoying. Hold on. We're doing a bit of reading. I'm a bit stumped. I'm sorry, everyone. I need to get this pulled up, but I don't know how to do it in a way that doesn't potentially fuck me over. Confirmed it to be spring. Infested liches are going to be talked about in the next dev stream, so either next month or maybe the month after. Depending on the rarity of the item. Yeah, you'd think that we would get something like that in this game. Why is there no OBS documentation on studio mode? Because I'm seeing people say that this might be helpful. Okay, let me just... We're gonna mess around. I'm hitting the button. Okay. Interesting. So as far as I can tell, what you all can see shouldn't have changed. Are just scuffed as DEs, yeah, straight up. Okay, can I change what's live? Oh, okay, so if I... Okay, that makes sense. So I can edit other scenes while... Okay, I know what to do. I think I know what to do now. We'll enable this. You guys should only see... Just to make sure, I'm going to verify this by waiting for the stream to catch up. All that should be on the stream right now... Wait, is it frozen? Oh shit, I think the slideshow is frozen. Okay, you guys aren't just looking at the... Okay, we're gonna fix this. Let's just click, like, over here. That's better. Okay, now I think I can add this from safety. Now I think I'm fine. Let me just verify. Yeah, now I'm fine. Now I can add this without any concern of it showing something I don't want it to show. Window capture. Yep, and the first thing it did was show my fucking stream window. Well, it's a good thing we figured that out. Thank you all for bearing with me. That would have been very bad if I did not do that. Okay. This should be good to go now. Thank you all for bearing with me while we were working on that. How to use the advanced mode in OBS, more or less. So, welcome to this page. This is something that B posted in the Discord a while back. So what is this page? This is DE's official Warframes page on the Warframe website. And they have these things, which are like roles that each Warframe does. So I have not seen any of these, but I want to talk about them with you all. So, first is we have Ash, and his role is stealth. I mean, that makes sense. He has invisibility. I feel like Ash is like a combination of stealth and damage. Atlas's role is damage, which is a little weird to me. Because, like, I will say, with Ash, I feel like his invisibility is more for repositioning than just staying in stealth permanently. But, like, with teleport and stuff, I can see that. Ash has one ability that deals good damage, and it's his one. Like, his fucking rock buddies from his 4 don't deal shit for damage. His rollout doesn't deal any damage. Like, okay. I feel like Atlas's role is honestly, I don't even know. I guess damage is the best you could say because he has two functional abilities, Petrify and his one. It's also his main thing. I mean, yeah, he punches things, but like he has one ability that's damage oriented. I guess it's just the rest of his abilities don't justify any other role. Banshee is crowd control. I can see that in the realm of like her 4 and her 3, but I feel like she's more of like a debuff frame. I don't think it's a role here, but she's more about debuffing enemies. I guess you could consider that crowd control. I feel like they're kind of distinct concepts, but like I guess you could see that with her 4, even though it's bad. Baruch is crowd control and survival. I can see the crowd control thing because of his 2 and his 3, and the survival because of his 1, but Baruch deals like an obscene amount of damage. This also is showing that Caliban and Baruch are in the same category, which is kind of really reductive. Because, like, Caliban and Baruch are very different. Chroma is survival and damage. I guess I can see that. That's kind of all he has going for him. Citrine is support. That's also fairly true. Cyto 9 is damage and stealth. I mean, yeah, I guess so, but I still think they should have a category for, like, I guess, certain other things. It's fairly reductive to just say that he's, stealth and damage, but it's not like it's, not right, I guess. Daggeth's role is damage. Yeah, she spreads debuffs too. That's a strong part of her playstyle, but I could see that as just damage. Dante has damage and support. I guess that's also true. Ember is damage. I guess. I don't know. Ember is a weird Warframe, I'll be honest with you all. Equinox is support. One half of Equinox is support. Like, it feels like they just completely forgot about Dayform. Because, like, aside from the 3 on Dayform is supposed to be damage. But that's just not here, which I think is kind of funny. Excalibur's role is damage. I guess I can see that. He has decent crowd control in his 2, but he is more damage focused. Frost is crowd control and survival. I can see that as well. His 4, is a strong crowd control. His 2, strong crowd control. His 3 is a great survival ability for staying in it. Gara is damage and survival. That's kind of interesting to me. Like, I guess I can see that with building up her 2, but I feel like it's a little bit reductive, I guess. She has strong crowd control elements, too, from her 3 and her 4 with vitrification and stuff like that. Garuda is just damage. I guess I don't really know what other category I'd put her in, to be honest. Gauss is damage and survival. That makes sense. Gara's 4 is a good nuke. That's true. Fair enough. But Gauss is damage and survival. I can see that. I guess that's fine. Grendel is just survival. I mean, he's also got a lot of debuffs in his kit that he can spread with, like, Nourish is viral and stuff. That's kind of reductive. I think they should have had another category for that. Gyre just being crowd control is insane. Like, I'm sorry, but especially with her augment, Gyre is an insane damage Warframe. She has crowd control elements in her kit, sure, but that's mostly by proxy of her using the electric status. Her only dedicated CC ability that does something that is CC that's not because it's electric is her 2. So, like, where the hell is her damage tag? Harrow here is also listed as a support. This is true, but I also feel like he should be listed as crowd control as well, or maybe damage. Like, he's not a pure blood support, I guess. I guess this is probably a fine enough role for him, but I don't know. Hildren is just damage? Where? Balefire's the only thing on her that does damage. Like, yeah, she does really strong damage, and that's not good at all. Yeah, I agree with that, Blueprint. But she does good damage, but she's also very much a debuff-centered Warframe with things like Pillage and, crowd control from her 4. Hydroid is considered crowd control? Also, Hildren's a great tank. I just want to revisit this. Hildren is a great tank. She's very hard to kill. Hydroid being crowd control is weird to me. Once again, he spreads a lot of debuffs, and that kind of gets lost in the crowd control label to me. I guess he does have solid crowd control elements, but like, I don't know. This tag being here is very reductive. Inaros is a tank. I feel like Inaro should also be considered crowd control. Because of his 4 and his 3 and his 1, he should be tank and crowd control. Ivara is just stealth. I mean, she is a very stealth-centered frame with, like, the pickpocket mechanic and stuff like that. But it's also weird to me that they never... or that she's not considered damage either because of Artemis Bow. I don't know. I feel like you could... I can see this, but I feel like she deserves the damage tag. Jade being considered support is kind of funny. Like, she is a support. She's also a damage. Like, let's be honest here. Jade has some pretty insane damage output. She's not just a support. Like, this is just not true, if you ask me. Korra is damage and crowd control. That's fairly accurate, to be honest. I can see that. Kome is damage and survival? What the fuck in her kit deals damage? Kome is a crowd control frame. Where is the damage thing coming from? Your guns? I mean, I guess, but that's not really part of a Warframe. Color Bow is damage. That's fair. Labos is damage. He's very much a jack-of-all-trades, like, debuffing character, but they don't have a thing for debuffs, so... this is what we have to live with. I think you should also probably get the survival tag as well, honestly, but... with some helmet shenanigans. Helmets should not be considered if we're going to have a page like this, if you ask me. Limbo is crowd control. Yeah, that makes sense. Loki is stealth. Are you fucking serious? The crowd control tag isn't on Loki? What? 3 of his abilities have crowd control elements to them. Don't get me wrong, his 3rd ability is mostly a mobility tool. The crowd control is incidental. But his 1 and his 4 are both CC abilities. He has 1 stealth ability. Where is the crowd control tag? Should also be survival. I can see that, honestly. He should also... yeah, that's fair. Mag is crowd control. This is true, but I also still feel like, A, if debuffing was a category separate from CC, then I could see that. But also, I think Mag would fit the role of damage in terms of, like, her damage amp is so strong. She's also got strong survivability elements with her shield restore and stuff, but I guess that's neither here nor there. We only have, what, 4 categories to work with? That's not nearly enough, dude. Don't think they are counting augments. She still has debuffing with her 3 and stuff like that. Yeah, just crowd control is very reductive. Mesa is damage. That makes sense. Mirage is damage. That also makes sense. Necros is crowd control. You're starting to lose me a little bit, but I can see where you're coming from with that. I feel like you could also unironically classify Necros as a support because Desecrate's spawning orbs and ammo packs. I feel like he deserves the support tag, but... Nezha has 3... we have 3 roles down here, so they could have done this the whole time. I was convinced they were capping themselves at 2. What the fuck is this? Nezha is damage, survival, and crowd control, and so is Nidus. So these 2 are the same. All right, everyone. We've learned what DE thinks. Nidus and Nezha are the same Warframe. What the fuck? So... how do I... damage on Nezha without the augment? No. I'm just gonna say no. He has strong damage amp, but his kit doesn't kill things without the augment, in my opinion. So I wouldn't have that here, personally. Survival and crowd control I can see. Nidus, also, his damage is not great, at least at higher level, without some kind of external armor strip or something. I don't know. I feel like Nezha and Nidus both shouldn't have the damage tag, in my opinion. Because, like, yeah, they have damage amp. Like, yeah, Nidus's 2 is a great, or Nezha's 2 is a great damage buff, but it doesn't kill things directly. And if we're not going to give damage to Mag, who also has an incredibly powerful one, Stat 6 Insane Synergies, yeah, this is very difficult because there's so much stuff to consider with these things. Nova is considered crowd control and damage. I feel like she's so much more crowd control than damage, but I guess I can see that. Nyx is just crowd control. She's also got some strong damage these days, but I think crowd control is probably the best box to put her in. Oberon is just support. I guess if we had a debuff category, I'd like that to be on him too. No fucking shot, dude. Octavia is survival and support? What the fuck? Are they messing with me? Huh? Where's damage? This Warframe's damage scales infinitely. Where's damage? What the fuck, dude? I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused. I do think, yeah, Octavia would deserve all 4, but, like, how does Nezha have this? But not Octavia. Oh, thank you for the 5 subs. Didn't you do this on the last stream? Where the hell do you keep finding this money? Wait, you gifted a membership to yourself? Oh my god, that's so based. Holy shit. Oh my god. That's hilarious. I didn't know you could do that. But thank you for the 5 gift subs. I appreciate it. Also, Grey Archon. Aren't you the guy who hosts Orican Archive? Am I thinking of this correctly? You're cool. Don't worry, there's going to be more member content soon, actually. So I guess it'll be worth it. But I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Protea, support and damage. I think that's fair. Corvex, survival and crowd control. I guess his laser is a really good nuking ability, but it's super contingent on enemy density. So I guess this is probably the best category you could fit him in. But I also think that, like, survival... Like, how? Because here's the problem with Corvex. He has nothing but good base stats. He has nothing else from that. So, like, survival I probably wouldn't even put here, honestly. I'd maybe say crowd control and damage. Like, I don't feel like survival should be here. What is the purpose of this page? I have no idea. What the fuck? You guys are just making me expand the, fucking whiteboard, aren't you? Thanks for the 5. How do I say your name? Myrtinol? Myrtinol? I'm not sure. But thank you for the 5 gift subs. I don't know why you guys are doing this, but I appreciate it immensely, and everyone here who's getting a membership, don't worry. Once Rose helps finish some assets for the commentary stuff, we'll be doing development commentaries for members. So that's going to be a thing that's happening. Revenant is survival and damage. Get the fucking damage tag out of here, dude. Nobody plays Revenant for this. He's survival. He's Mesmer skin, brother. Like, his laser from his 4 deals some good damage. It's actually a really fun playstyle, and there's the one-shot strategy with his 3. Like, Revenant can deal damage, but it's just not what he's known for. Rhino is survival and crowd control? He has 1 crowd control ability! Where's Roar? Would he not be survival, crowd control, and damage at least? Where the fuck is Roar? That's one of his most important abilities. What? We already found out from Nezha and Nidus that you can put 3 tags on a Warframe. Where the fuck is Roar? Okay, whatever. Saren is damage. That makes sense. Sevagoth is damage and survival. I guess I can see that too. 1 and 4. His 1, I feel like, is more mobility than CC. Like, it can knock enemies over, but I wouldn't call it a CC ability. Where did you find this? This is the official Warframes page on the Warframe website. Also, survival, he has access to Gloom. I'm guessing that's why. Styanax's damage. This just kind of neglects his support element to me of, like, his 3 especially is a solid support ability, and he's got good debuffing on his 2, but what the fuck ever, dude. I give up. Sure, Styanax is a damage. Titania's damage and crowd control. Fair enough. She's got support elements on Tribute and Spellbind. I think she deserves the support tag, but I guess this isn't inaccurate necessarily. calls it crowd control, real and true. Trinity is support, sure. Valkyr's damage and survival. So we now have official confirmation, everyone, that DE agrees Valkyr's only ability is Hysteria. This literally considers none of the rest of her kit. Like, we could say she's a support because of Warcry, or that she's got crowd control because of Ripline and her 3. Nope, this only considers her 4. Like, let's be real here. This only considers Hysteria. Vauban is crowd control. Fair enough. Volt is damage. Okay, so we're giving Gyre crowd control, but not Volt? Volt has several good crowd control options, especially in his 4 and his 1. He also has support elements with his shield and speed. Do you think mobility should be a tag? Mobility would honestly be a good tag. I actually agree with that. CC and damage, I agree. CC should be somewhere on Volt. Varuna is damage and stealth. I think that makes sense. Wisp is support. That's pretty reductive, honestly. Like, you heard it here first. Breach Surge, what's that? Like, yeah, I think she should have at least support and crowd control. Maybe go so far as support, crowd control, and damage. Wukong is damage and survival. Okay, I guess that's not entirely unfair. Zaku is just damage. Is Blueprint still here? I feel like they're going to have an aneurysm. Has 3 damage focus abilities. That's true. Like, I think her 3 is damage and crowd control. And then her 1 gives her access to a buff that boosts her damage. Her 4 is kind of the black sheep of her kit, but it's still fairly good. So yeah, Ureli is also only damage. She has 2 crowd control abilities. And yeah, Ureli isn't survival. Yeah, she also does have access to damage reduction on Marilena. Zaku not having crowd control is also bewildering to me. Because Zaku has a lot of, like, it seems like they consider debuffing enemies to be crowd control because of stuff like Banshee. So, like, by their definition, Accuse is crowd control, Deny is crowd control, Gaze is crowd control, the Vast Untime is crowd control. Like, where the fuck is the crowd control tag? Wasn't Lavos not survival too, though? That's true. I feel like Ureli should at least be damage in CC. And then Zephyr here is crowd control and damage. I guess. I feel like she should also be survival if they're going by, like, Frost logic. But whatever. Zephyr's fucking damage. I just realized, is Cyto 9 on here? Yeah, he was, right? Because he was stealth and damage. This page is, interesting. Like, some of these aren't necessarily wrong, just so much as really reductive. Some of these are honestly, like, okay. Like, I feel like just saying Trinity is a support is fine. Like, sure. Also, yeah, Grasp of Loke stealing guns. I think you could count that as a form of crowd control, too. Click on the frame. That's worrying. Does it, like, expand? Oh, it takes me to a page. Oh, there's a complexity rating? Oh, no. Oh, no. What do you mean Ash is a complexity of 1? What? Oh, no, dude. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. Ash is a complexity of 1. Ash is a complexity of 1. What? Oh my god. Ash has so much intricacy, though, with, like, how his abilities, like, change when he's invisible and stuff. What the fuck? Hold on. What about Atlas? Complexity 2. Okay. I mean, his 3 and his 1 are his only abilities. Sure, I guess. Banshee is a No way! No! You are fucking trolling me! Banshee is complexity 1. Banshee is complexity 1. Banshee is genuinely probably one of the hardest Warframes to play in the entire game. What? What the fuck? Baruch? Difficulty 4. Okay. Okay. So you're casting my 2 and 3 and punching shit is more complicated than Banshee. Maybe we're reading it backwards? I don't feel like we are. I don't think that would be very intuitive. Caliban? Caliban's a 3? I mean, his summons are kind of complicated. I don't know. I'll put a pin in that. Chroma is a 4. You know, I'm fine with that. We'll live with Chroma being a 4. Citrine is a 3. I guess she's got a decent amount to juggle. Obtaining complexity? Ash is not a 1 on obtaining complexity. If that's true, there's no way Ash is a 1. I feel like this is probably fine. Maybe she's a 2. Citrine's not that hard to play, but she has some stuff. Cyto 9 is a 3. Okay. He's not that hard to play. Maybe I'd bump him to a 4, actually, because he's so headshot reliant. Wait a minute. What the... Hold up. What the fuck? For older frames, it's just these ability cards. But for Cyto 9, he gets a video... Also, what's hard to understand with Chroma? I think it's because of his elemental gimmick that makes him complicated. Daggeth is a 3. That's probably fine. Dante is a 3. Bull fucking shit, dude. Dante's a 2 at best. Dante is so easy to play. He has a lot of abilities. I guess that's probably where the complexity comes from. I guess complexity is not ease of use, is it? I guess that's probably fine for going by the fact that he has 6 abilities. Or 8? No, he has 7 abilities. I have to think for this. How hard a frame is to pick up? It's honestly hard for me to say. Ember is a 2. I honestly would probably say she's a 3. I'm gonna be honest. I think Ember is a little bit trickier because of the immolation meter and how you have to know when to vent your immolation. I'd say she's a 3. Equinox is a 5. You know, fair enough, actually. I would actually say that's probably fine. But Banshee is a 1. Yeah, somehow Banshee is a 1 for complexity. Somehow Banshee's a 1. Excalibur is a 1. I mean, if you want to use Exalted Blade, this stops being a 1, but he's not hard to understand. Frost is a 1. I think that's also probably fine. Frost is not a very complicated Warframe. Gara is a 3. I can live with that. Once you start to get into the, nitty-gritty of, like, stat sticks, she jumps to 5 immediately. But what's hard about Banshee? It's not... The main thing with her, in terms of complexity, I feel like, is that she has a lot in terms of trying to survive. Like, her sonar also can overlap. Her silence is able to shut down a bunch of special abilities. She has a lot of things that she can do. Garuda is a 3? What? I'd say that she's like a 2 at best. You hit stuff with your 4 and then you blow them up with her 1. She's not particularly hard. Gauss is a 3. I don't know. I guess kinetic battery is a thing. Maybe that's why. It's tough too because the complexity meter is just there, right? Like, but hard to master. Well, that's the thing though. Is like sonar and silence are so much more complicated than what the abilities say. I think she should be higher than a 1 personally. She's not as easy. Also, we're looking at the official Warframes page. Grendel's a 2. Okay, I guess I could live with that. Jair is a 2. I don't even know if I should like make comments on this anymore. Harrow is a 3. I don't even know if I feel like I need to chime in on this anymore because I feel like it's just not helpful. I can't predict this shit, dude. Hildren is a 2. That's fine, I guess. Hydroid is a 1. Inaros is a 2. Inaros is officially harder to play than Banshee. Ivara's a 3. Of minimum complexity? Maybe? I'm not sure. Jade is a 2. Okay, well now I'm confused. What? Wait, what the fuck? Jade is a 2? Okay, now I'm confused. Because I was thinking, like, okay, well maybe it's like how many abilities they have, how many cross-ability interactions they have. How is Jade a 2? Now I'm just confused. to be able to play this frame. Like, if that's it's not clear what the measure is even. But even beyond that, like, I feel like it's just, there's no consistency. Like, Jade is a complexity of 2, but we have a complexity of, what was it, 3 for Citrine? I don't understand that, because Jade is a fairly complex character. I don't... Like, here's my thing. The fact that we're even debating what this meter means proves to me that it's not helpful, because it's not clear what purpose it serves. Korra is a 3. She has a lot of cross-ability interactions in her kit, though. Komei's a... Okay, now I'm losing my fucking mind. Komei is a 3. So let me get this straight. Komei has access to decrees. Komei has the most complexity of any Warframe in the game from that perspective. Because she has access to over 100 decrees. And she's a 3? Palerbo's a 2. I can see that. I might honestly put him lower, personally. Lavos is a 5. I actually agree with this. I think, also meant for new players. Yeah, but Komei being meant for new players, I think, was a mistake. I talked about that earlier in the stream. DE lets an AI write this? Fucking maybe. I think Lavos being a 5 is fair, honestly. Limbo is a 5 as well. Yeah, I think that's also accurate. Lavos is a 2. I think that there's a lot more to Lavos than even just Archon Vitality. Loki... No, dude. Okay, Loki is a 1 for complexity. I guess his abilities aren't that complicated, but how to use them effectively is complicated. This one I have to, like, find ways to justify this to myself. So Loki has a lot of abilities that are simple, but using them well is the complicated thing. So we're just gonna say, I don't fucking care. Mag is a 2. So Mag is officially as complicated as Jade and Kullervo. She has things like polarized shards, though. Like, I feel like she deserves to be a little... Whatever, I don't fucking care. Mesa's a 2. So Mesa is officially as complicated as fucking Jade. I'm losing my mind. Look at this. Komei's a 3, okay? We are 1 notch below Komei and we arrive at Mesa. Mirage is also a 2. Fucking whatever. Necros is a 2. That's... I feel like Shadows of the Dead is such a complicated ability in terms of, like, the luck of the draw of it. I don't know. Fuck it. He's easy enough to understand. Neja's a 2. Sure. I'll live with that. Nidus is a 2. What the fuck? Nidus should be at least a 3. His abilities are simple, but his entire mutation mechanic adds a layer of complexity to him that I think is just being overlooked here. What the fuck ever. Nova... Oh my god. Okay, everyone. We have it. It is officially in. Nova is as difficult to play as Komei, and is harder to play than Nidus. What about Nova makes her complex? You use her 4 to slow shit, you press 1 to give yourself DR, and you blow things up with her too. What the fuck? Nyx is a 2? Okay, whatever. Her abilities aren't that complicated. I guess minus her 2. Oberon's a 1? Oh, fuck off. He has an entire mechanic revolving around using his abilities in the context of his carpet. You can't tell me that Oberon is a fucking 1. How is Nova 2 notches above complexity compared to Oberon? He should be at minimum a 2. Like, am I losing my shit here? How is he a 1? How are we saying that this guy's a fucking 1? He has this entire synergy thing with this fucking carpet. What the fuck ever. Octavia, sure, I guess she's complex because she has a bunch of buffs tied to her 3. She's easy as shit to play, but we'll just say she's complex because of her buffs on her 3. Whatever. Protea is a 3 as well. I feel like she should be a 2. Protea's not that complicated. I guess her 4 is her most complex ability, probably. Because it resets her energy and shit. But you don't have to know them, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like her abilities are fairly straightforward. If the argument is that we're using is that it's how easy is it to pick up a frame, Nova's really easy. Corvex is a... What the f... Corvex is a 2? I had to cut chain reaction from the status video because I didn't understand it. Okay, fine. Nova is officially more complex than Corvex. Whatever. I'm moving on. Revenant is a 2. Revenant is a 2. What am I... So Revenant is as complex as Kome. Look, I'll say this. If you are playing Revenant's kit as intended around his thralls, then I actually would argue he's a 3. Kome is 3. Wasn't she 2? I may be misremembering. No, she's 3. No, you're right. The brain rot is killing me. I think that his other abilities would make him a 2, maybe a 3. But nobody plays him for that. Also, yes, Rev is more complicated than Banshee. Rhino is a 1. That's fine. He's a fairly straightforward Warframe. There's complexity with, like, building up maximum iron skin and things like that, but you don't need that early on. Saren is a fucking 3?! What? Okay, how do I... So there is complexity in Saren's kit with, like, Toxic Lash popping spores and Miasma. She's a 2, at best. I'm sorry, 3? We're saying she's as hard to play as Kome? Like, she has a lot of mechanics across her abilities, but I think her fundamental game plan is fairly simple. You put spores on things, shoot things with spores with her 3, and use her 4 to spread them. Okay, Sevagoth... What do I even say anymore? You push 2 and 1, and everything in the room dies. This 4 does not spread spores. If an enemy... So here's how this works. If an enemy dies to a spore, they do not spread it. If the enemy dies to a spore under the effect of Miasma, then they do spread it. That's how that works. I guess we're gonna take this one because he's technically 2 Warframes. So sure, what the fuck ever. Cyanax is a 1. That's fine. Cyanax is a pretty easy Warframe. Titania is a 2. I'm gonna go with no. Razorwing is a very complex ability. Her spore spread without her 4. If an enemy dies to the spore damage, they do not spread. That only works under the effect of Miasma. If they die to the spore damage under the effect of Miasma, then it does spread. They do. I've never observed that. I can go into the Simulacrum and try and figure this out in a minute. Complexity 2, I'd say that she should be a 3. Trinity is a... Bull fucking shit. Trinity's a 1. This Warframe is way too easy. I'm not taking this one. Complexity of 2, fuck off. Valkyr is a 1. Yeah, because she's 1 ability. We've already determined this based on her her role here. Valkyr is actually just Hysteria. So yeah, she's pretty easy. She's not that complex. She has 1 ability. Vauban is a 3. That's fine. That's fine, I guess. I'm gonna say complexity is a 3, whatever. Volt is a 1. I don't agree with this necessarily, but at the same time, I'm just gonna go with sure. Varuna is a 4. I mean, I guess she is relatively complex. Fucking whatever. Wisp is a 3. Sure, I don't even give a shit anymore, dude. Wukong is a 1. Yeah, he fucking better be. Zaku is a 4. Sure, I can see that. Ureli is a 1. I think she should be at least a 2, honestly. Zephyr is a 2. Sure, that's fine. I'm just speeding through this because I'm losing my mind. What the actual fuck? Okay, well, that was an illuminating experience. Well, thank you for the suggestion, M1 and E difficult. I think I'm going for complexity, as in she has a lot of cross-ability interactions with, like, Lycath's Hunt, you know, getting charge back on kills on enemies with certain amounts of status effects and all that shit. I do want to look at this now, though. Because I use Saren in ESO a lot, and I've never observed what Lunatic is talking about. So I wanna experiment with this real quick. I'm gonna go into ESO. We're gonna hot drop this shit. I need to see for myself. I mean, it's fine. I don't know. That's the tricky thing, is what the fuck does the complexity meter mean? Okay. So, no Toxic Clash. We're gonna spore this guy, and we're going to kill him. Or, well, let him die to the spore damage, more rather. That specifically is what I was talking about. Okay, so he spread it, and he was the, like, sort of patient 0. Will this further spread? Yeah, so if you look, the enemies that are dying after the initial guy died are not spreading the spores. I'm losing infected people, if you see that in the bottom right. But now if I cast my 4... I'm curious. Because after I cast my 4, yeah, then they do spread like expected. Hold on. I need to know. Let me cast my 4 again and see if any of the affected people die. We'll weaken that guy. Everyone present at the time. Well, enemies will still continuously spawn, is the thing. Here, so, like, see, this guy has just spawned. Where is... Okay, well, that guy just cleared it. This guy is in range to spread spores to someone else, probably. We'll weaken him a tad. So, like, this guy right here should get a spore, but he didn't. Yeah, he didn't get a spore, despite the guy next to him dying. Oh, wait, did he? No, because he would be getting corrosive procs. I can probably test this more empirically in the simulacrum. This is a little bit difficult to observe. I'm gonna have to play Ashe. No, you have to play Banshee. This is too complex. This is too complex. I feel like how this works is if the target dies to the spore damage on the initial cast, it spreads. Otherwise, it doesn't unless they're under the effects of miasma. I think that's how it works. We're gonna have to try. The order of IPS in the arsenal is randomized per account. Is it? I always was under the impression it was alphabetical based on language. I know that's how it works for other elemental effects. We're going to the simulacrum. I don't have anything on other than repair? The fuck? Whatever. If you should... Yeah, I know about Toxic Lash spreading it. I'm more specifically concerned with them dying, because using the 4 to spread the spores is a tactic I've used for a long time in ESO specifically for enemies I can't see. I'm doing science immediately. I'm going to probably actually have to deliberately kneecap my range. Why Saturn Relay? Because it's always been my favorite. I have no other reason. My range is probably, yeah, fairly high. Let's... I had the Nourish thing for something I was testing. Okay, let me kneecap my range for this. I don't want this to spread super far. Spread radius of 5 meters. Okay, that should be fine. So let's... Steel Path is a fucking stupid idea. Set it to, like, level 50. Not... God damn it. Game thinks I didn't? Huh. Let me take a weapon that's going to be good for killing, like, one dude. The AX is fine. So we'll poison this guy. And then we'll damage him. Okay, so he spread the spores. Well, let these build up damage. Because I'm guessing if I shoot this guy, it won't spread. If I kill him, does it spread? Okay, killing him with my gun does cause it to spread. So that kind of determines that. Killing them causes it to spread if you kill them with your gun. Damaging them while Toxic Lash is in effect will also cause them to spread it. You don't have to kill them with it. Let's wait for this guy to die to the spore damage. This might take longer than I expected. Trying to shoot the spores? Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so he spread it. These guys on the edge do not have it. Will this spread? We're doing science. They're definitely in range. No, it did not spread. Why is this one still alive? Whatever. So yeah, the secondary ones did not spread. Now I can test this. That's right, bad range. Might not reach because of the fact that my range is so stubby. Oh, they're not under the effect anymore, shit. Yep, it spread when they were under the effect of miasma. So I think that's correct. Because it didn't make the spores pop, but when they died, it did spread them. Because, like, see, this guy is not under the effect of the spores. He has a viral proc, but no corrosive. But when this guy dies, it should, yep, jump the spore to him. Makes more, yes, I'm aware of Toxic Lash. My main thing is specifically with when the enemies die. So it is like a secondary propagation effect. Okay, so yeah, I was correct in my thinking there. But don't hit any spores. Actually, good point. That'll be a little bit tricky, to be honest. Let's place it on this Lancer. He has none on his head. Well, okay, yeah, I need a... Yeah, killing that guy, even when I didn't hit a spore, still caused it to spread. But not... No, it did do it that time. Huh. So yeah, killing an enemy that's under the effect of a spore, even if you don't hit this... Because I know you can pop the spores to spread them. Or does just viral? I believe that the enemies under the effect of the 4 also just take more damage, if memory serves. Yeah, 4 times spore damage multiplier. With a non-damage source? I guess I don't really know how I would actually go about that. Because, yeah, this guy will propagate it. So if I shoot this dude in the head, it still spreads, even though there's no spore there. So it's just killing them, it seems. Makes you pop all instantly. I think we've already fairly proven that it does not pop them all instantly. Because, like, if I use my 4 on this guy, there are no spore spreading until he dies, and then they propagate. And then, like, as these enemies die, then the spores start to spread. How does it interact with Contagious Wand? I guess I'm not entirely sure. I'm guessing it would probably follow the same rules of, like, if you kill them with, like, a weapon. Because this is I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, this is a measure so that the spores can't infinitely spread without player assistance. Because, like, this guy here, if he was to spread it without miasma in play, maybe he's still under the effect, but I don't think he is. Yeah, if you could just spread that without any input from the player, Saren would play the game for you. So I'm pretty sure that this measure of, like, having to kill enemies, use Toxic Lash, and use the 4 was deliberately implemented so that Saren had to actually interact with her spores. Because if the enemy's dying, spread it always. And yeah, the initial spore on its own makes sense because that's the way you try to spread it initially. With Thermal Sunder work, I'm guessing if you kill them from any source that is not the spores, I believe that triggers or that can trigger the propagation. If memory serves. Try Ruvox and absorb one? Absorb? I don't entirely know what you're asking. Why am I typing the wrong thing? I don't use Ruvox often, so... My Ruvox is not very good. Used to be like, I remember Torrid Saren Focus Farms on Draco. The Dark Ages. Nyx Absorb? In relation to Saren? I feel like I'm just getting confused. If there's an interaction between Ruvox and Absorb, it's not what I'm aware of, I'll be honest with you. different thing. I was going to say, I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to, honestly. About non-damage debuffs. I'm not entirely sure. What Helminth would even do that? Let me think. A non-damaging debuff. Because a lot of debuff abilities still deal some damage. Well, I'm missing the Spore Pustulism spread? Is that correct? Okay. Don't hit the Spore. It still spreads. Well, that guy died, but... yeah, not hitting the Spore still spreads it with Toxic Lash. I know you can just shoot the Spores outright to spread them without killing an enemy without Toxic Lash. Molecular Prime? You can't subsume Molecular Prime is the tricky thing. Actually, no, that's an interesting point. Could I maybe... This might clear. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Could I maybe... do this first? And then we already know that the first guy will propagate, so we're just going to kill him. Okay, these guys have been affected by a debuff. It did spread. It did spread. I don't know if you guys noticed that guy in the corner didn't have it. It did spread when someone else died. I think it might have spread, though, not because of the debuff, but because of the explosion. Big range loadout. That's true. The last guy didn't seem to... Hold on. Hold on. I gotta narrow things down. You're right. We need more objective testing. Gloom? Actually, that's a good point. I don't think that Saren and Gloom would, trigger it, but that's true. So Gloom is a no-damage debuff. What have you missed so far? You've missed some crazy shit, I'm gonna be honest. We went over the official Warframe page about the Warframes on their website, and it was something else. Alright. This is going to hurt because I refuse to use Gloom Saren, but for the purposes of science, we're putting this on. I'm assuming this will not work, but I just want to be sure, based on that question of do non-damaging debuffs count as player interaction? I'm guessing the answer is no. With this being a fairly popular, subsume combo, I feel like I would have heard about it. Meta acquired. Yeah, let me get the Brozyme logo on screen. People get mad at me for making that joke, because it's like, he doesn't use Gloom on his build, and I'm like... I feel like you're missing the part where it's supposed to be funny, but, okay. Zata's Whisper might? Zata's Whisper isn't a debuff you apply to enemies. Because Gloom is a debuff you can apply to enemies. Unsubbed and quitting Rattler Gang. I respect that, honestly. Atlas is harder than Ash and Banshee. This is true. Tome is as difficult as Nova. Okay. This is still low range. So, put this on him. We can just kill him. It doesn't really matter. Or get him low. So let's stand in this guy's radius. He is now officially under the effects of a player-spawned debuff that does not deal damage. Will this propagate? I'm assuming the answer is no. Nope, it does not seem to. I felt like I would have heard about this. I think that some amount of damage has to be present for them to be tagged as being eligible to spread it. Or rather, they have to be killed by the damage provided by a player. Because I believe... Actually, maybe I could test that. Now I'm curious. Say I... tag this dude. We just, have him die or whatever. If I tag an enemy... but I do not kill them. So I've just shot this guy. I did not spread the damage, but I did not kill them. I don't believe it'll spread. Well, my slash proc might get him. Okay, no. So yeah, you have to kill them with it. You have to kill them with your damage. Just tagging them is not enough to spread it. Okay, that makes sense. This lines up with how I was pretty sure Saren worked. I'm just doing my best to make sure that I'm not losing my fucking mind. I was questioning everything for a bit there, I'm not gonna lie. Miasma is special. In regards to that effect, yes. Because it makes enemies eligible to spread the spores if they die to spore damage. Equinox 4. Presumably if it kills the enemy, then it would still count. Because yeah, see, it can propagate. This is my higher range thing, but it can propagate if they're under the effect of miasma. Okay, I think I've got this worked out. Rejoining hell, real and true. So what is it that you were mentioning, Luna, with joining a or like a railjack thing? Designed around dying. Inaris isn't really designed around dying. I mean, he has a passive related to it, but that's not the only. He's not the only frame that does that. Go to the dry dock in your dojo. Okay, I'll trust you on this. Would be super cool. I agree. Razorback? Oh yeah, that is going on, isn't it? McGloom? Yeah, I actually am going to bring that up in Sevagoth's video, because it's kind of important for the Shadow. Was I supposed to try and delete a fully built component? I will just wait for the proper instructions. Try scrapping? The following wreckage... Oh, everything is really wide. Oh, I see what you mean. What the fuck? Everything is just really wide. Well, goddamn. Shrinkflation in reverse. They inflated not the prices, but my fucking resources. Wide comms. Well, you know what? Here, this will be the certified lurker moment. If you've just been hanging out in chat, haven't been saying much, and, you know, just kind of having a good time, or not, maybe these streams kind of suck, go ahead and just type wide in the chat, please. If we could just get some wides, just to let me know that you're here and that you're alright. I would appreciate some wides. Ate all the Krabby Patties. Yeah, it went straight to his thighs. That's why I just said Krabby Patties instead of Krabby Patties. That stupid fucking Schrodinger SpongeBob meme. Oh, the brain rot is killing me. Thank you all for the wides. Oh, also, while we're doing this, for any of the people who got a membership today from the people that were kind enough to gift it, go to my community tab. There is a post there about what color you want your name to be on the whiteboard. If you don't pick one and you're in the Discord, I'll use your Discord name color, but if you want to reserve a specific color, go to that community tab post. If you care for the end, you know, whiteboard. Go ahead and, you know, interact with that so that I know what color you want it to be. I was laughing for like 5 minutes. That reminds me, Lunatic, I had a time I was ordering something on DoorDash, and for some reason, only the Sprite was really wide, and everything else was normal proportion, and I was like crying laughing, and I showed my brother, and he thought I was fucking stupid. What's the whiteboard? So at the end of all of my videos, there is a whiteboard with all of the members' names on it. So if you're a YouTube member and you want a specific color of name on that whiteboard, you can go ahead and request one. If not, it'll just be black. It's not a huge deal. Go to Sheiktal's Codex entry? Now we're getting onto some obscure shit. What the fuck? Default Ureli. Oh, is this about the, like... I wonder if this has to do with the... I don't know why I have this. We're just gonna get rid of that. Anyways, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. That didn't happen. What the fuck? That wasn't... You didn't see that. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. That wasn't there. Let's go to the fucking... Codex entry. He said it was for what? Sheik Tall? Do I have her scanned? I do. Oh, she's just... Oh yeah, because they're just holding your Warframe. Well, god... Wait, oh my god. I have the most goated idea. Guys, I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. Check it, check it. Is Liam here? I don't know if they are. If so, someone's got to screenshot this and send it to them. Look, they got his ass. They got his ass. I'm free. I'm fucking free, baby. They got Chevenant. It's over. It's finally over. Chevenant is no more. Holy shit.
I've been thinking, Operator.
Also, does it bother anyone else that the lore surrounding the Groostrag 3 is so ignored? Like, Dr. Tengus shows up in the story, releases the Infested, makes the Groostrag 3, and just fucks off forever. Only Sparkle Dog remains. Put a Hex skin in that pose? Actually, good idea. I'm sorry, Arthur. Is indifference. Makes it... Well, he released them. The Infested were just around. He just kind of was like, yeah, get out of here. Leaves? Yeah, dead ass. No, they got Arthur! Holy shit, dude. They got his ass. Thank you for pointing this out, Lunatic. This actually goes crazy. Why is the sword high up on your back? I think I was messing with oh no, that's my Daikyu. Unless you're referring to in the them to book. Oh, is it different? Oh yeah, it's a different angle. What the fuck? So you can just see the what the hell? You can just see them in the corner. Oh wait, you guys probably can't see this because of the live reaction. Hold on. I just realized this is probably hard to see for you. Yeah, look, you can just see Arthur being grabbed in the corner. Who's the other Groostrag member? Gruzling Eximus. It's... another... Yeah, I know about the base Stalker entry one. I haven't fully scanned Protector Stalker? But yeah, where... he just pulls up behind your ass. Lex here. Yeah, I think that's right. Actually, I do wonder, is the Zanuka Harvester like that? Well, not Zanuka Harvester, or I guess not regular Zanuka either. I cannot spell. Electro Commander. How is his name spelled? Is it like... okay, Leekter. Yeah, you can still see him faintly in the bottom right. Check the art section and find the Stalker entry. Oh, and like the art gallery? The star... I know what you're referring to, but I don't know how to navigate to it. So the art gallery, I don't feel like he'd be in here. Maybe? Oh yeah, here it is. This was the user submission contest winner. They got him. They fucking got him, dude. Arthur's dead. Warframe 1999 is canceled. They fucking got Arthur. Do the Liches have Hex faces as trophies? That's a good question, actually. I don't know. Live Chevenant Execution? So just an hour here that come Urelli? Hold on, we gotta switch back. Just the hair, I think. Real. That would be fucking hilarious. I'll have to look that up at some point, or maybe I can spawn a Lich and find out. Most devious delay I've ever seen. Wrong console shit. Also, you know, fair enough. Live Chevenant Execution, everyone. Live Chevenant Execution. He's fucking dead. The meme is over. I'm free. I'm fucking free. Chevenant is dead. Judgment? Deadass. Also, welcome back, sir. I don't know how long you've been back. Stop streaming from my house. It's my bandwidth. Oh, welcome, Suckman. I was actually talking about you at the start of the stream. I was recommending your video and bringing up the small interaction we had. Go subscribe to Suckmut, by the way. He makes good videos. Hold on. Let me... Boom. There we go. Highly recommend. I'm going to be honest with you, Suckmut. It bothers me that you have so fewer subscribers than me because your videos are way fucking better than mine. But that's besides the point. As a middle finger, that would be great. Shoving it to Mirage? Oh, Nairo Agile. I think I actually have that one. This is a funny one. I think we picked... Ureli Noble was one that was picked during the stream, which is why I've kept it. And spores interact with each other. I wonder if the spores could... That's an interesting question, actually. The stream? Okay, the chat stream where people made the cheats will be a traumatic memory for me for the rest of my life. I want to make that clear. What ephemera is that? This is the Conquera ephemera. It is this specifically. It is this, like, orange ribbon thing. It comes back around every October, I think it is. Collab when? I mean, I don't know who your favorites are. I did some stuff with Sabuchi when we did, like, Dripper Drown and whatnot. I'm gonna try and be on Sab's stream tomorrow, too, so... And look at the dual pistol idol? Okay. Sabuchi, yes. No head, just the hair. It's very flamboyant animation, I'll say that much, but I guess that's kind of the point, isn't it? When frozen enemies hit with biting frost. That's true. That is honestly kind of a neat interaction. OMG, he's hot. He's like Squilliam. Holy shit. It was, yeah, Ureli Noble was the one that got picked. Do not invite the floor. What's wrong with sci-fi? I was on sci-fi's show at one point, actually. Top Hat Culture. That was a lot of fun. I need to, like, tell sci-fi if he wants me back on, I'd be down. I had a lot of fun messing around with him. It's funny, too. So, I don't know if anyone here has seen that. Sci-Fi Freak, another smaller content creator. I don't know why he's smaller than me. Again, I think his videos are better than mine. But he did a video with me where... it was kind of like an interview where we played a survival mission for a bit and just talked about stuff. I say interview with air quotes, but we ran over and he had to cut the recording and we still talked for like the next 15 or 20 minutes. And I introduced sci-fi to my Warframes themes are fetishes theory. And that conversation was so fucking funny. Sci-fi said he was mad he stopped the recording. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a good time. Because I've talked about this before, that my conspiracy that Warframes all secretly represent a kink, and that some of them are more obvious, like Hildren is like a muscular woman, and like Harrow and Korra are into BDSM, and then some are more obscure. And oh my god, the theory, was that your alt? I do not have an alt, so no, but dude, that conversation was so fucking funny. Remember, Sci-Fi had a friend with us. I can't think of his name for some reason, which makes me feel like a dick, honestly. But, it was hilarious because his friend kept getting hung up on this. Like, we kept talking, like, by the time we had switched the topic, he kept randomly bringing it back up, and it was so fucking funny. Oh my god, that shit was hilarious. That was a good time. So what's Cyto9 stalking? Yeah, he takes pictures of people through walls. So that's probably it. That'd be my guess. I get why Harrow whips himself. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're getting at, right? That's what we're getting at.
Ready?
How long has the stream been live for? 2.5 hours? Lavos' chemical play? What? Also, Atlas makes everyone rock hard. So that's pretty easy. And Naros is like the opposite of Anakin. He actually likes sand. Garuda Live Leak Enjoyer. They fixed the Verminx. Yeah, Warframe Geographic 2 script has actually been recorded for ages, The problem with it is that it's a video that I want to make better than I can actually make it. And I feel like I struggle to live up to it in my own mind, what I want it to be versus what I can feasibly make. So it's just kind of been on the back burner. That or dolls? Fucking, I don't know, maybe. We can wait. You're much nicer than, who's it, Retarno? The guy with the fucking Blahaj profile picture that, like, threatens me every stream that they're here for Warframe Geographic 2. I'm sorry, dog. I'm just saying. It's gonna come out eventually. What's Proteus Kink meant to be? I don't know. Maybe you could do something with the time reversal. Look, there's a lot of theories here. There's a lot of options. It's an expansive topic. I've thought about... I actually started typing in Sparkle Dog because I'm not thinking. This is your fucking fault, random. Anyways, there we go. There we go. Are you happy? Wukong is 2 people with an iron staff? Yeah, deadass. Daggith? Okay, Daggith is white woman. Daggith is white woman. That's why her loadout is named that in my fucking... In my, my thing is, white woman. Gauss? I feel like Gauss is finishing fast. That's what I'd say. I fucking love trees. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Fucking love trees. God damn it. It's fucking almost 5 in the morning. And I'm here just tweaking out. I'll probably go for another, I don't know, we'll go for a little bit longer, maybe 20 minutes? I'll try and hit 5 a.m. Maybe we'll go for, or we'll hit 3 hours, maybe. We'll go for a bit longer. I tend to have these long, like, ramble segments at the end of my streams anyways. And that's why I like Gyre. Oh god, what have I done? Every time I bring this kind of stuff up, it causes problems. Wait! I just realized. Random. The fucking Sparkle Shazin. Holy shit! I didn't even think about this. The Chromatica Shazin will inherit my colors. No fucking way. No shot. We have the Sparkle Shazin now. Noble Idol animation. Real and true, lunatic. Real and true. Oh my god. What the fuck is even... This stream has just broken down, dude. I don't even know what else to say. Super chat fetish. Real. Thank you for the 50 crowns, LEU. Once again, I feel like my members giving me money makes me feel a little bad because they already give me enough. But timing your thrust to the Geiger counter? Jesus Christ. Plain vanilla sex. Solely for the purposes of recreation. It's like fucking Andrew Tate ass. Have you guys seen that? Where it's like Andrew Tate is like, having sex for pleasure is gay. Oh my god, dude. That's just total engagement bait, but it's still so funny. Wisp is definitely not feet. Yeah, I guess so. What the fuck is Caliban? He can summon the homies, right? His summons, so that's probably his thing. What is Sevagoth? I mean, he's got 2. You know, it's kind of like Wukong in that regard, I think. Necros is the necrophilia. Holy shit. Skirt goes up, and that was Rebecca. That was Rebecca. Caliban is homosexual. Here, I should, like, pick another mission or 2 to do if we're gonna run this out a bit. Jade's is pretty obvious. Yeah, I don't think I should need to tell anybody that one. Remember to like your YouTube and Discord. That would go crazy. Sevagoth wears a coat so clothed. The coat is Sevagoth's ghost. Oh god, I just got sent by Flary. The AI summary is actually accurate. It knows what we're talking. Everyone scatter. The stream is gonna get taken down. We can't keep doing this. The AI summary knows. We're gonna get caught. We're gonna get fucking caught. Stalker. His name is Stalker. I feel like the kink could just be that he stalks people. What is it saying? It's just straight up saying, let me read this verbatim. Let me read this verbatim from what Flary sent me. It says, viewers are discussing the kinks associated with different Warframe characters in the game. It knows. It's right. It knows. Orgasm denial. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. It knows. It knows. What should I even do? Actually, yeah, the Razorback missions are back. I could probably do those real quick. Do I have enough Razorback, like, Cypher stuff? Ah, I'm one short. Well, time to go to Salacia. Not Mag with Crush. Let me grab Larkspur. I think it's probably my optimal weapon for this. Absolutely abhorrent, but I agree. Or unleashed upon the... Yeah, it's over. It's actually... I shouldn't have said anything. YouTube is going to find this stream and actually execute me for this. And I deserve it, too. That's the worst part. I'd completely deserve it. Canonically likes handcuffs. Okay, I'm sorry. Mag's thing is her weird-ass feet, according to Sab and Darth Muffin. They're the Warframe experts in the NSFW field. And they both told me that the feet are her thing. What do you mean old tentacles? Oh, no, you tried to say void, and it came out as oid, and I misread it. Okay. Nice to attend your stream while I'm working. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, Edward. This is kind of a bad time. The chat has gone off the rails. If you're not, like, wearing headphones or something, just tell me. There are certain things I cannot say while you're at your job right now because of them. He's right there. I think your boss is just standing over you, like, watching the stream with you. Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat. Trust me, I'm doing this for your safety. I'm doing this for your safety. Use in-ears? That's probably for the best. Because of them. Look, I proposed, or I brought the theory up. I cannot control the fact that it's being perpetuated. The grasp of Loki. What the fuck? What? Where did you even pull that one out of your ass? What? My family would be weirded out? Oh god. Give this man a raise, otherwise L boss man. Who's the man I'm giving a raise? Oh wait, you're talking about the... Jesus, I'm getting the wires crossed in my brain. It's the fucking guy who's watching from work. Ignore me. I'm too overwhelmed. This is my issue when I stream, especially with my, like, large viewership. Back in the day when I was, like, averaging 60 viewers, this shit was easy. Now I cannot keep a coherent thought process, dude. It's fucking rough out here. What's Nova and Zephyr? You know, okay. I want to bring up something totally unrelated. Does anyone else feel like Nova is canonically, like, insanely powerful? And it's just never addressed? Like, if Nova can control antimatter, she has the power to, like, blow up entire planets. I find it really weird that we never bring that up. I have holes in my brain, too. Yeah, I have a lifetime of exposure from the many fucking Iowan brain-eating amoebas. This has happened in Iowan lakes multiple times, by the way. The brain-eating amoebas keep showing up. It takes so long to notice them because most Iowans aren't affected. Use your one? Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about it. Is actually really hard. I mean, like, I guess... Because she can, like, prime things with antimatter. I guess it's not really particularly scientific, but... As a fellow Iowan can confirm. Yeah, have you ever went swimming in Green Valley, I think it was, that had the outbreak a couple of years ago? There's just nothing left there after that. The brain-eating amoebas got your ass. Died of hungry. And you don't even know... I'm gonna be honest with you, Luxley. I think that's called rape. Dude, this stream is gonna get fucking murdered. I cannot say shit like that. I cannot say this shit. It's true, but I cannot say this shit. YouTube is gonna fucking kill me. If there were brain-eating amoebas. If you're in Iowa, that's a real concern, dude. That shit happens. It's almost 5. Oh god, I'm sorry for you. My sleep's really bad. I've talked about this before. I have really severe insomnia that kind of comes and goes, and I am very much in a Tums phase. Not that I'm... Look, you know what I fucking mean. The insomnia is pretty bad right now. I didn't fall asleep till like fucking noon yesterday. So, is it rape they're not aware? Yes! What? 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 I'm sorry, dude. I can't. Oh my god. Look, that defense is not gonna work when you're on trial and they're like, listen, they may have been in a coma, but it doesn't count because they didn't know. What the fuck? Oh my god. Shinji, no, not the hospital. What the fuck, dude? Oh, I need to gather myself. I'm sorry. I probably topped my mic out really bad there. Holy shit. Are you medicated for your insomnia? Well, here's the funny thing. I live in the United States, and I don't have health insurance because I work part-time. So, no, because it would be incredibly expensive. Like, doing a sleep study out of pocket is awful in terms of what it will do to your pocketbook. I can't afford that shit. So no, I'm not medicated. I have tried over-the-counter sleep medications, like melatonin and shit like that. It doesn't help. Like, melatonin, I will fall asleep, I will not stay asleep. I will be waking up every 10 or 15 minutes. I got 28? Holy shit. Why did we get here? Alright, new tier list on Sabuchi's channel, lunatic. I'm just kidding, God. That would be fucking horrible.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Politics. What's the least traumatized floop? All of the Lunar renewal ones are really traumatized looking. Wish you the best, man. Yeah. It sucks. Like, for me, I'll have sometimes where, like, for like a week or two, I'll sleep totally fine. And then other times, I'll be up for multiple days and I just can't sleep. It fucking sucks. I don't know, it just kind of is what it is. I feel mostly like for my job, because like whenever I'm in a bad period, I'll have to call out of work. Because if I haven't slept for multiple days, and I go into a job like mine, where like I have to help people on a very conceptual level, dude, I can't do it. Like, I've gone into work when I haven't slept, it's bad. Like, it's better if I'm not there. You have a period? I don't think that's how that works. It's okay, yeah. I probably have time to do the Razorbacks I need to, and then we can call it a day. 38, damn, man. This is a good haul, all things considered. After COVID, oh, that sounds rough. Especially, like, dude, when you have insomnia and then you get sick and that fucks up your sleep schedule too, dude, it's the fucking worst. What time that you, like, get up and go to sleep is just completely random every single day. It's horrible. For Chroma, well, he's a dragon, so Dragon D's nuts on your face. Ha, got him. Is not the fucking Arcwing sabotage? I've always done the mobile defense because it just spawns a shit ton of enemies. Chroma bad dragon. If it'd be insomnia, but it's not good. Yeah, I feel you on that. Because I have that too, where sometimes I'll only sleep for a couple hours a night. How much effort they have to put in. Lunatic, I'm sorry I've given you this mind virus. Almost into fucking cars. God damn it, dude. Oh my god. Okay, Razorback Cypher. Chroma Twink Death. Yeah, he goes from twink to twonk with the press of a button. That's what Chroma does. Throw the Razorback Cypher on. I'm having a fucking aneurysm here. So it's just fucked up. It's not like necessarily like that. I'll have periods where I will sleep continuously for like 10 or 11 hours. And then I'll have periods where I cannot stay asleep for more than 20 minutes before I wake up again. It's not necessarily that my like sleep schedule is like elongated, or that my sleep cycle's like elongated, so to speak. It's that it's just very inconsistent. Clueless? Yeah, real. And if you... Jesus Christ, dude.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit.
I can't sleep without meds at all. Oh, that sucks, dude. I have a coworker who needs meds to sleep as well. Like, he talked to us about how he
Prototype survives our assault. He'll be able to draw in a mountain.
like, he talked about how he's on medication and he stopped taking it at one point because his prescription ran out and there was an insurance issue that he couldn't get more for a bit, and he didn't sleep for 3 consecutive days. Like, when you're on sleep meds, you can't get off that shit.
Stay alert. Scans show this facility is also home to upgraded Versa bipeds. You may have to deal with both at the
Oh, right, I
same
have to
time.
push the button, I forgot.
They've brought in reinforcements of Versa.
But it'd be super down bad. I don't know. I did talk about this with Sci-Fi. I debated doing a stream or like a video with Sci-Fi and maybe some other people for what Warframes represent what kinks. I think Sab would be perfect for that. I think Sci-Fi could have a lot of fun with it too. Shoot the weak point! Shoot the weak point! I wonder if I could actually just insta-kill him with this. I don't think so, but it would be really funny, so I want to try. Can I just, like... Ah, nah. The damage cap is working correctly. Grim. Neutralize his ass. Yeah, dead ass. This mission's so fucking easy. I wish you could do this on Steel Path and just, like, make all 3 missions worth of progress in one go if you did that. My evade is... so I'm gonna get my ass rocked, because it's my only survivability that I have on here. Tranks your ass. Do the deed. Fucking... The fact that we're still on this is worrying me, dude. Favorite Warframe and favorite weapon? Honestly, I would say that if I had to pick one, it's probably Cedo and Lavos, which is why I'm very excited for his upcoming Prime. It's a complicated question. Depends on the day. I love Gauss and I love Titania too. There's a lot of other weapons that I think are really fun, but that'd be if I had to pick one. I cannot hit weak points for shit, dude. It's Jover. That Baruch kind is beating his son. Baruch does canonically beat his child. This is true. We've confirmed this. Potential legal issues. Thank you, AI. Very cool. They can't. Yeah, that's the issue. 5 a.m. tacos. Damn, that sounds good. Now I'm gonna get hungry. Fuck.
Won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
I fucking got something from Subway today, and I was reminded harshly that if you ask for pickles on your Subway sandwich, they assume you want a pickle sandwich, because they put way too fucking many on that. Does anyone else know what I'm talking about? Like, if you ask for pickles on your sandwich at Subway, they will just make half of your sandwich fucking pickles. Giving them a prime talking point? That's true. I fucked up big time. I fucked up big time. Nope, I do not want to rush build that. I compulsively clicked in the first slot thinking it was the Razorback Cypher. Knock these out, and then I can... the stream. Yeah, I should have enough time for this. I was eating a Subway cookie. Like the foot-long one or the regular one? Well, I'm not even going to read that one about Titania. I'm sorry. Do you play any other games apart from Warframe? Yeah, I do. That's honestly a very long list. Here's... Okay, I'm going to give you all my grand theory about something real quick. The way I see it, most people, or at least a lot of people, have what they call a home game. That's what I call it, at least. Your home game is the game that you can play when you don't know what else to do. It's a thing that you put a lot of time into, know a lot about, and you can come back to frequently. Some people have a lot of home games. Some people only have maybe 1 or 2. For me, my home game is Warframe. But there's still plenty of stuff I play outside of it. It's just that it's not nearly as consistent. And it's more if I'm in the mood for it, right? Like, I know, like my cousin Nick, his home game is probably Terraria. And so, you know, I think a lot of people at least could relate to that in terms of like games that you can just boot up when you don't know what else to do because you know them well enough that you can just find ways to have fun in them. And so for some people they have more, some people they have less, but that's kind of my theory about it. Like for me, Warframe is my home game, but yeah, I play plenty of other things too. It's kind of hard to pull some specific examples, you know, out of my ass. I'd have to look at my Steam library to see what I played recently, but I've been doing more stuff in VR lately, because Blade and Sorcery is a lot of fun, even if it runs very poorly a lot of the time. But can you please down him so I can damage Versa? I'm sorry you all just got blinded there. Oh my god. Oh, that was rough. I'm so sorry. Are you on BO6 now? So I am a big fan of zombies, and I like Cold Wars a lot. I have not bought BO6, and honestly, because of the AI shit, I'm not sure if I ever will. This boss is live? Yeah, at the moment, the Razorback Armada is happening. No unidentified item. Grim. AI stuff. Black Ops 6 has made extensive use of AI, yeah. A lot of it has been in, like, banner images and stuff, but as far as I'm aware, voice acting for certain characters is also actually AI.
Let's get out of here.
Is that a Guardian-themed drifter? It's really just a Lone Rider outfit. Would befriend each other if you locked them in a room? No. Also, welcome, Sci-Fi. We were actually just talking about... Sci-Fi, do you remember this when I was on Top Hat Culture and we had the what Warframe is what kink discussion? I brought that up and my chat has been fucking, like, mulling it over for the last 20 minutes. I'm kind of scared. AI monitored voice chat. Oh god. I talked about... I feel like it'd be funny to get with, like, Sabuchi and you or something like that, Sci-Fi, and do, like, the, trying to figure out what kink every Warframe is. I think that'd be really funny. I don't know, Sci-Fi, who was with us when we were doing Top Hat Culture? I can't remember their name because I'm a dick, and I don't remember it, but they were also really hung up on the concept, and it'd be funny to have them on for it, too. That we're not in Union that opposed AI? Okay, that makes sense. Darku? Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember. Tell us what Limbo's kink is. You know, Sai, you are the Limbo guy. Now's your opportunity. What do we think is a Limbo's kink, Sai? We're putting you on the spot right now.
All previous strikes against the Razorback have failed.
Limbo is a cuck? Where do you extract that from? Ember Heirloom. No, not your kink, Sci-Fi. We're talking about Limbo. The fuck you mean, Ember Heirloom? Oh my god. Limbo sits in the void and watches. Oh my god. Limbo is me, so got me kinky for Heirloom. You know, I respect the rationale. Youch. Sometimes these Bursas just take their sweet fucking time, dude. It drives me crazy. Did he not? Oh, wait, no, there he is. I'm just being stupid. I was like, where did he go? I was looking at chat when he spawned. I'm just bouncing off the floor. This is the second time? Look, I'm sorry, Sci-Fi got here. We had to ask him. I propose that colorful stuff. What the fuck is your rationale for that, Power of the Storm? Where did you synthesize that position from? What the fuck? I'm just getting confused at this point. Probably into Cowgirl Mesa. Math fetish? How does that work?
Watch yourself. The alarms have attracted a Bursa. Target down. Assassination contract.
What frame likes pits? I don't know. Ask Sab. He'd probably know. He did the entire fucking armpit tier list. Look, of all the degenerate tier lists out there, I think Sav's armpit one was the most degenerate. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not. I think it was the most degenerate. I honestly need to have Sab on to remake the feet tier list, because my feet tier list was like, how cool do I think they look? The feet tier list, people got mad at me. Like, Darth Muffin was like, what the hell? Ember's claws are S tier. And I'm like, God damn it. Look, just because Darth wants to be jerked off by Ember's feet doesn't mean that's what I'm taking into account in my ranking. Thank you very much. I need to fucking age restrict these streams at this point, dude. Holy shit. BNP survey? I don't know what you're referring to, actually. It was a personal opinion.
Ordis has received messages for the
Oh,
operator.
okay.
No, I have not read
Catalyst. I didn't even need that, to be honest. Where? Wait, what? He's right there, TM? Where the fuck is he? I didn't... I need to inspect the footage. Where the fuck... Where was he? Okay. Here's the thing. Age restriction on YouTube absolutely murders your content. Like, that's the shitty thing about it. I would age restrict my content if it didn't fuck everything else over. It removes your ability to monetize. It kills you in search results. You don't get pushed out to recommendations. Like, age restricting your content would actually just completely murder it. Even if everyone watching here is of age, actually finding the streams would be completely impossible. Like, trust me when I say I would do it if it wouldn't make the streams totally inaccessible because of all the things on top of the age restriction element. I don't know. Here's my rationale. Warframe is a 17+ game. I'm going to assume that you're at least the age to play the game if you're watching. And if you're not, that's not something I can control, I guess. YouTube's tools that would allow me to take control over that are shit and would ruin everything because they are actively hostile towards that kind of thing. Bomb the child. Okay, Obama. That's also how I go about it. Yeah, that's kind of how I've been with it, I guess. The watcher needs to give their documents to Google to confirm they're 18+. I don't remember if that's how it works with things nowadays. What causes Warframe to be 17+? Probably just the excessive amounts of violence and gore. Then again, there's also the dating system, which is fairly, it's fairly horny, we'll put it that way. So, you know, there's that too now, but we'll just hang out for a couple minutes and then I'll go ahead and pull the plug on the stream. I'm just gonna leave Suckmutt's message pinned, because I think it's funny. I don't think he's even still here, but they say fuck, but only in Spanish. That's true. That way it's okay. Is the sex update? That's true. Since when does violence up any American rating? It's the amount of violence that matters. Kengineer's D&D project. I've heard of it. I'm not super in-depth with it. Gets the F-word pass? That's true. Did not know you could date people until now. Fair enough. Allied with Grattler Gang. So that's the thing. I actually was asked about that, and I forgot to follow up. I need to talk to Chris about that, because they wanted me to ally with the Grattler Gang clan, and I totally forgot to. Passionate hand-holding with a woman? Alright, I have a warning for you. I'm with a man, so I don't know. Only has like 2 or 3 horny lines. Most of Amir is just him being a fucking doofus, which I think is like the charm of dating Amir, is that he's just kind of aloof. You're Warframe player, you don't? That's true. A floof? No, aloof. Who are you dating? No one. Well, in real life, I'm dating Nitro, but in-game, no one. Got me some ideas for later. Oh god. Oh no. Unprotected hand-holding? You've gotta wear at least a latex glove when you do that shit. Quincy because he's hilarious. You know, I respect that. drinking. Eleanor is interesting because, like, I haven't dated anyone, but I've watched all of the Backroom Line videos. Except I don't actually think that I watched Owie's. I'll have to watch hers at some point. But they're really interesting. There's a lot of interesting lore and insight that are behind the dating system. But even beyond that, it's just a lot of interesting character stuff. Eleanor, I think, is a very interesting character in that regard. Letty, you just find out, is into BDSM, which is a little bit scary because, like, she's the medic, right? So, like, she can fix whatever she does to hurt you, which I think would motivate her. I find that kind of terrifying. But that's besides the point. Quincy is aggressively horny, but that kind of doesn't surprise me. Do you have the kitty? Yes, actually I do. We can watch that. Let me switch to my 1999. She is so horny. I haven't watched hers yet. I'll have to. Arthur is a white man. He's more of a British guy. Dude, I love this. When I saw the leak that showed this image, and I saw Kalimos in the video, I was like, oh my god, please don't fucking kiss the cat, bro. Kalimos is a real one. The male is from Kalimos? Yeah, somehow. Kalimos is fucking jacked? That's true. I also love... Just listen to this. when the fucking camera flashes... So for those who don't know, normally when the camera flashes, it's like a romantic line from your partner. But for Kalimos, it's just this really loud, distorted meow. It's so fucking funny. Oh my god, I love that detail so much. It's so good. Yeah, this is technically written from Arthur, but it shows up in your inbox as Kalimos. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. But yeah, that cutscene is great. This is the real reason you shouldn't date anyone, is so that you can get the Kalimos cutscene. He hits Kalimos with his glasses. Yeah, I saw that when I watched the all the cutscenes that one person posted, where you can hear Kalimos meow when Amir throws his glasses off. I've been on hiatus. Fair enough. Need to eat breakfast. Fair enough. See ya, Sci-Fi. Thanks for popping in. The old civs used to say. Huh, I don't actually remember that line. I know that if you tell her about the cavia, she gets really mad about it, and other characters, like I know Quincy can bring up that she's mad about the cavia. Which is cool. 20 and I'd smash? What? No. Anyways. Do we have an Exalted Sentinel? No. We have an Exalted Companion in Venari, but not a Sentinel. You get a cutscene, trust me, dude. I'm just like, look, this is peak, okay? My priorities for New Year's, no dates, none of that shit, dude. I'm just hanging out at home with my cat. This is the peak New Year's experience. Me and Bingus Prime here. We have made peace. Me and Bingus have finally made peace. This was the real twist ending of 1999. I have made peace with Bingus. Also, I do have a boyfriend, but we live across the country from each other, so I'm still spending New Year's by my fucking self. Bingus Prime, baby. We've made peace. I didn't get one. There was a bug that happened where certain people didn't get the inbox message for this. I thought they fixed it, though. Wally disguised as Bingus Prime. I can't believe Wally took over the cat. You need best friends to get it. Oh, you need to be at least best friend rank with everyone? Okay, that makes sense. How much do you know about the ARG? I'm actually very familiar with it. I played through quite a bit of it, and I have read through the document going over how it was discovered, or how it was solved. I actually kind of want to do a video on the ARG and go over, like, the process of people figuring it out. But it's another one of those things where I feel like I'm not good enough at making videos to make that video. Because I feel like if I wanted to execute it, I'd want to do it in a very specific way. But I do know quite a bit about the ARG, and I might do a video on it in the future. I also want to do one on the Zariman ARG, because that one was fucking nuts. Dude, one of the steps for the Zariman ARG was that you had to find the name of a specific star relative to where the Zariman would be in the solar system. Like, that shit was fucking insane. The Zariman ARG was... The steps in that were crazy. Yes, there was a Zariman ARG. It was the lore about Kira, the lady who dies in the beginning of the Angel of the Zariman quest. I'm sorry, it's been almost 3 years. I'm just saying that. She is the host for that ARG. There have been 4 ARGs actually. 1999, Angel of the Zariman, Fortuna, and then Buried Debts. Buried Debts was kind of a minor ARG in comparison, though. Create anyways. I don't know. I feel like I want to hold off on it until I'm good enough with my tools to actually make it the way I think it deserves to be made. Is the player mother? Yeah, it's Kira as far as I'm aware. Fortuna did have an ARG. It was actually the first Warframe ARG from what I remember. Well, the first major one. It was about like finding certain things out about different Solaris. ARG stands for Alternate Reality Game. It's kind of like a tie-in to the universe that takes place in our universe. Oh, so Soulframe is a different game being made by Digital Extremes. It has nothing to do with Warframe so far as we're aware. Did the 1999 ARG. Did the Fortuna ARG to complete. I don't remember much about the Fortuna ARG, honestly. I know Buried Debts was an interesting one because a bunch of YouTubers got sent locations of the different hash codes. I think they're actually still there. Fuck it, dude. We're running over, but I don't give a shit. I have to go look. Aren't the hash codes still on the Valis? These are worthless now, but is unsettling. I think it was honestly my favorite of all of them. The fucking... Dude, the Zariman one was also really cool. Like, there is a website that used to exist called weendaswebegan.com. Like, that motif has been a thing since the Zariman. But weendaswebegan.com was the Warframe homepage website from 2013, but parts of it were corrupted by the Void. You can't go there now unless you use the Wayback Machine. You can view it on the Wayback Machine, but it was fucking awesome. There was also... One of the steps to solve it was you had to join a fucking IRC chat. There was also a player in Cetus that was sending out things in the in-relay chat that you had to use. Like... The Zariman ARG was fucking insane with the steps that were required to solve it. Okay, I think it was on Spaceport there was a hash code. Let me look. I think I'm right about that. I think there was one here. Up here, I want to say? Somewhere? I could be misremembering. I'm reasonably certain there's one in this area, but... That's a Soma chord tone, bruh. May have removed them with Bow's Adventures. That's true. I might have to go to the Captura scene. Because I will say, for anyone who's ever done the Zariman ARG, or for anyone who's ever done... I'm getting my wires crossed again. For anyone who's ever done Exploiter... If you've ever been confused as to what the terminal in here is for, how this worked, if memory serves, was when we first got this, we did not know the code. We did not know the password, and we unlocked parts of the password by having members of the community scan these little collectibles that were scattered around the Valis. We had to have enough people in the community scan them to unlock the boss fight, and different YouTubers were sent screenshots of the locations of individual ones. It was honestly pretty cool. So if it's gone, yeah. In the big mushroom when you leave the elevator. Huh. Right, I can't pull up the thing. The dead still have debts, indeed. Bottom text. Now that ARG, Buried Debts ARG was kind of cool. This big mushroom? Dude, that Saga was so... What the... He's right there! Bro just pulled up and blew out my eardrums and then fucking left. Not that big? Oh, like this one? Like the little guy? Oh, wait, it is still here. Yeah, data hash 01000. Oh, were they actually properly numbered? Because that would be data hash 8 in binary. Yeah, you had to scan these. I am returned. Welcome back. We're going to be ending here soon, but I got sidetracked again. So yeah, I guess they are still around. I just must not have been looking in the right place. Man, did a sound hit and run? The primal urge to caw. Yeah, that shit fucking got my ass. Honestly, you know what? Here, I'll pitch an idea to you all. Do you guys think it'd be fun to, on a stream sometime, explore some of the old ARG stuff? Like, we could potentially look at, like, the DrAndrade.com from the current ARG. We could look at We End As We Began, stuff like that. I think that could be fun. I think AR Gracata has the archive for how the 1999 and the Zeraman ARGs went. You can go read about them. I think the wiki has them both now, too. Very interesting stuff. I also recommend, if you're interested, looking at Stallard's video about the Lady of the Mirror, which was a short story that was found because of the Zeraman ARG. But I do want to do a video on both of them at some point, but it might be fun to look at them on a stream sometime and just talk about them. Maybe I could even kind of go over, like, the progression of the ARGs as a stream thing, and to kind of help me structure how I do it as a video. But I'll put a pin in that. I'm probably going to be on Sab's stream tomorrow, so I wouldn't expect it anytime, like, super soon, but video 2 years later. Actually, yes. Void Armageddon video, the Wisp strategy is not nearly as good anymore because of the Eclipse nerf, but something that is crazy is Chroma with thermal transfer. Chroma can give a shit ton of damage with Vex armor to the turrets, and he can give them blast damage, which on the beam weapons is fucking nuts. So I don't know if I'll remake it, maybe I will, but yes, the new strategy is Chroma with thermal transfer. That's my recommendation. Go to your YouTube channel. I own this domain. DickandNuts.com is my domain. Does Sab stream on YouTube or Twitch? It depends. He was only on Twitch today, but he normally does both. Okay, shit. One more thing, guys. I swear this is the last thing. I want to talk about this. I have another video idea I'm kind of thinking about. Lifting weights? I'm guessing you meant Grenier, not Grinder. I guess maybe he's gay, who knows. Hold on, I want to show you all something. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. So, YouTube has this new feature, a creature feature, featuring the creature. They have this new feature. Let me grab a screenshot of this. They have this tab called Inspiration. I hate this. I fucking hate this. And I'm going to show you all. That was my Windows, not yours. I'm sorry, I should have said that. Let me show this image on screen. I'll just throw it in my downloads, that's fine. Anyone here who has a YouTube channel might know about this. I hate this. Like, it actually pisses me off that this exists. Wait, did I not save this with the... Ah, shit, I didn't. Hold on. I should have waited a second. My Windows again. I probably should. I keep forgetting to preface that. Not your computer. Okay. Here, let me show what I want to talk about real quick. This bullshit makes me angry. So, we all know YouTube loves AI, right? This is going to be an AI thing. I'm sorry in advance. YouTube has this tab called Inspiration. Look at this fucking garbage. So Inspiration is supposed to give you Warframe video ideas. Look at this shit. This is all just stuff that already exists on the internet. Not only that, but all the AI-generated thumbnails? Who is that? That's not a Warframe. He looks like fucking Megatron. Like, this explains to me now, though, like, why I see all the AI-generated Warframe content thumbnails and shit. They're probably just pulling ideas from this tab. I thought about making a video where I just make fun of this, like this tab, but I don't know, dude. It's like, another one that made me upset that I saw earlier was it told me to do another iceberg video. Fuck off, YouTube. But I thought about making a video talking about this, and like, another thing I considered was actually making some of the video topics suggested here and not disclosing it as like an experiment. and then like maybe after like 3 or 4 videos from this, like I wouldn't use the AI thumbnails and shit obviously, but like 3 or 4 of these ideas, I'd like report my findings with how they perform compared to the rest of my videos. But I don't know, because this also would feel like it would be taking away agency from me, right? All the recommendations in maximum 30 seconds, that could be fun, honestly. The lighting sucks. Yeah, that's true. The iceberg I sent you, I didn't watch all of it. I watched a bit of it, but I didn't have the So Zert, the funny thing is, when you were DMing me that night, I was actually like about to go to bed, so I didn't ever get around to watching it. Well, in full, I guess I should say. But yeah, this just makes me upset. It's funny because my brother Hunter posts stuff on YouTube too, but like very rarely. He's an animator. He animates and like makes models in Blender and stuff, and he's working on a short film about the game Barotrauma. If you like Barotrauma, then you know I'd recommend giving his channel a watch. But the he made this video a long time ago that happened to contain Among Us, and it told him to make another one with a perfectly AI-generated Among Us. It was so fucking funny. Okay, another thing I actually want to point out real quick. This ties into this, so trust me, I'm not actually getting off topic. Let me find a random comment that I can reply to. People might know what I'm about to show here. Okay, this is the perfect example. Holy shit, okay. I'm prefacing this correctly this time. Windows noise is my computer, not yours. This is another feature that pisses me off. Look at this. Let me grab this here. Look at this shit. You guys, you see this guy's comment? Do you see what's under it? AI-generated comment responses. What is the point of this? Because, like, why even reply? There's a great Drew Gooden video that talks about this that came out recently, where he makes the point of, like, if we're trying to simplify even just the most basic of interactions, what are we trying to save all this time for? Like, one person left a comment that one of the replies, dude, this is so fucking funny. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but one of the replies was like, I'm just so bad at Warframe. That's something I could have said to them. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why are you talking so much shit on me, AI? Another thing that it really likes to do is say, I don't know. And it's like, if you don't know, then why would you even fucking reply to this comment? What are you suggesting? Where it's like, I don't know about that, or, you know, I don't know anything like that. It's like, what the fuck is the point, dude? Oh, I still have the red arrow here. Check it. The globule. The Kuva globule. Yet it's right. It's just like, goddamn, dude. The AI was talking some mad shit. Efficiency even trades off of your replies that you leave to commenters. I don't even know, honestly, because some of them, like, in Drew's video, the AI was making up stories about his dad. Like, that's the type of shit that we're on. It was so fucking funny. Okay, I just wanted to go on my brief rant. The AI shit annoys me, and I don't like that YouTube keeps trying to shove it in front of my face. The AI chat summaries are funny, and I can see the idea behind them, of like, you join a stream, you don't know what's going on, the AI chat summary will get you up to speed. I can see why they would want something like that to exist. But this, like, AI-generated creator stuff, AI-generated comment replies, dude, fuck that. More people will be invested. Like, if you want your channel to be more personal, just fucking interact with your viewers, I guess. AI video summaries. I saw, yeah, those are a thing now, too. It's such a... Like in Drew Gooden's video, like he said, if we're trying to, like, save time on literally everything, what are we saving all this time for? That even our leisure activities, like watching content on YouTube, and our interpersonal relationships with other people, like in our family, are being cut down by AI? What are we saving this time for? What's the fucking point? I think we all hate. Yeah, there's no mixed feelings. It doesn't want to admit it. Them, not you. They want people on the platform. That's probably it, honestly, yeah. Increased doom scrolling? Fucking probably. More hard labor. Watching ads. Remember, everyone, if you ever think to yourself, you know, what's my purpose in life? Your purpose is to like, subscribe, and hit the fucking bell, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everyone or anyone who like doesn't watch my streams and came over here from my videos and just watches me be completely fucking insane, dude. Let me put the reaction back on. Hit that fucking bell. Hell yeah, brother. Like stupid inconsequential conclusions. Yeah, fucking. You are like, yeah, but if you watch my videos, you wouldn't realize the extent of it, dude. I'm way different on stream than I am in my videos. As if you're not like, I'm not normal in my videos, but I'm definitely not this bad. Is it a USA thing? I think you have to refresh the page to get it to show up sometimes. The R tier list. Look, this stream's fucked, okay? I won't be surprised if the VOD gets taken down, brother. Didn't realize you stream, you know, fair enough, and I appreciate that. You're acting exactly as I expected you to. That's kind of frightening, honestly. Okay, everyone. I have one last thing to leave you with, but it's not a stream thing. You guys want to see something cool? You want to see something epic? I wonder if this... Hold on, I have to check something real quick. No, it did not get anything else. Okay. I have something very cool for you all. You know when I mentioned earlier, those of you who have been in the stream a while probably remember this, that I mentioned earlier that the Iron Staff video was coming out later today. Well, later today is just going to be now. So I'm just going to set this to public, and you can go watch that if you would like. I'll make sure to put this on the playlist too. But yeah, explaining every Exalted Iron Staff is now live if you want to go watch that. I will go ahead and slap that in the Discord too. No premiere. I'm not going to do the premiere because there's actually some evidence to suggest that they actually hurt video performance, weirdly enough. But I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the Discord real quick too. I think everything on this is my I's and have been dotted and my T's have been crossed, but I'll go ahead and throw that up. I'm going to do some more work on the other videos tomorrow, but look, it's a parasocial relation to the content creator, and that's totally fair. I try to be more personable on my streams in terms of, like, you know, interacting with chat members. But yeah, ultimately, you can't really change the parasocial element of it, I feel like. Wow, my video's below my typical performance because it just came out. Crazy shit. Anyways, yeah, feel free to watch that. I'll go ahead and slap this in the Discord real quick as well. Cool Kids YouTube. And then content ping. The monkey. Okay. Monkey staff video is out. You can watch that if you'd like. 0 views in 0 seconds. We fell off. Yeah, dead ass. But yeah, that'll go ahead and... Did you create your name when you were 8? No. I created it when I was 9. And that's not even a joke. Anyways. Bro fell off. Yeah, dead ass. Kengineer is really mean. I wouldn't know. I've never watched them. But Cool Kid fell off. Dude, look at my recent video performance. I have fallen off. But yeah, you can go watch that. Desert Wind should be next, but that'll probably... I don't know if I'll even get that out this month, because Desert Wind is so complicated. But yeah, feel free to watch that video. I don't know, join the Discord if you want. That's in the description. VOD playlist is in the description. I don't know, eat your vegetables to get big and strong. And I'm gonna go. See ya.